Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys are back at it in Frisco today. They're getting ready for that final preseason game Friday night at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Today, NFL insider Adam Schefter told Pat McAfee that there have been no talks between Micah Parsons and the Cowboys. Cowboys wide receiver Jonathan Mingo suffered a sprained PCL in the Cowboys game Saturday night against the Ravens. After MRI results, he reportedly could miss 4 to 6 weeks.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is a Tuesday, and I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I am, although it's been a long work day today. Work all day today. So happy to have you guys along with us, and thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and man, this extra overtime stuff, Minix, is tough.
What extra overtime stuff?
Jeez, you know, getting out shooting promos at 11 o'clock in the morning and doing all that kind of – it's like, man.
We went to a golf course.
Yes, we did.
And we shot some videos and then had lunch.
Uh-huh.
And then came to work.
Long day.
It's been a taxing day.
Yeah, it has.
Taxing.
Really has. You notice, though, if you're watching on YouTube, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, we're kind of all yingling flighted out, however you want to say that, because we were shooting promos, social media stuff for the golf tournament.
September 29th.
Yeah.
Get signed up. We're already half full. SASportsStar.com. And yeah, we looked like the beer man today.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, because we knew what we needed to wear for the actual video shoot. None of us said, you going to bring another shirt to change into before our show?
I didn't think about that.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. The only thing missing is a bucket of ice-cold Flight by Yingling while we do the show.
You know, if Beer Santa's listening, you could come by and drop that off real quick.
Well, that might be the first time I've been around Beer Santa where there was not beer involved.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, you know, we had a Flight by Yingling golf bag and a Kanga cooler for these promos. What we didn't have was an ice-cold beer in our hand, which I think was a mistake.
Well, it probably was. In hindsight, I wish we would have, but it's okay.
Why do we think of the good stuff after?
I don't know why we do that. It's funny. You know, we're thinking about Flight by Yingling all day, and we're not thinking about a cold one in our hands.
Well, I think in Redbird's Junkie has the clue already on our YouTube chat. You can go there and join in on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. We're going to play a drinking game today. When you hear the term sheet or independent study, you have to take a drink. We'll all be drunk by 3.
Yeah, by 3? I don't think we'll last till 3.
Well, I mean, we've got a Micah Parsons segment we've got to do. It's not all about the city politics. I feel like we're auditioning for a show over on KTSA, as much politics as we've talked over the last week, and the story's not going away. And again, our golden rule is we don't talk politics unless it affects the sports fan. Nobody comes here to know about political stuff, except in this kind of occasion. And what I'm finding, whatever the word is, the number of people who through social media, either straight up on Twitter or direct message, appreciate the amount of time we've devoted to this because they're learning about it. And they're learning things they didn't already know. And that's all we have tried to do since this started. I mean, I'm for it. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not going to change your mind. That's the one thing about politics. You can get in an argument with somebody on the other side all day long, and I don't know who changes whose mind ever, right?
I don't think it ever happens.
But having actual facts, I think, is important, and the correct information, and that's what we've tried to do and will continue to do here as the term sheet vote or the pause vote, because they're both on the agenda for Thursday, happen. But then again, sometimes you decipher through all the BS, and you try to expose that as well.
Well, just stay tuned, because if you haven't seen this yet, there's some wild shenanigans happening in the local politics, especially between the mayor and District 10 Councilman Mark White. Just crazy stuff. And it might give you an indication as to personalities, maybe, how serious this is to both sides. All of the above, but it's just, yeah.
The mayor said we need to act like a big city. We're a big city. We need to start acting like one or something along those lines.
Yep.
And then I see this stuff. I'm from a small town, Copperas Cove, Texas. And this feels so small town. This feels like such a reality show. And even what she says and then what she does, the optics tell you the truth. Not what she's saying, but her actions. And we'll hear from her. She still has not agreed to come on this program.
No.
But she did sit down with the San Antonio Current. We've got some clips from the interview she did with the San Antonio Current. And again, we'll play what she says and talk about what she does, and you try to figure out where the truth is.
Exactly right. It's and I think it's going to get ugly. I can only imagine what Thursday is going to be like at that city council meeting. Now, fortunately for you and I, we will be far away from that in Las Vegas.
Yeah, baby.
Because we will be doing the Blitz live from Circa Las Vegas, Thursday and Friday, and looking forward to that. So, and there's still time for you to go if you would like to do that.
You can.
Right? Yeah, just get on a flight and come with us.
We were talking about that today at lunch with some people. I mean, book your rooms. Promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. I know this is my daughter. She's decided she wants to go. It's her birthday weekend. I just booked her rooms. Promo code still works.
It still
works. Saves you a lot of money, I can tell you that.
It's there, yes.
And we're going to track down Sydney. That sounded stalkerish, but we're going to track down Sydney, if you remember her from the last time we were out there, and seems like a lot of you do.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there she is. But nobody else can see that,
Yeah,
right?
that's just for
That's
us.
just for our viewing pleasure.
The fact that Pledge can whip that out so fast, the photo of Sydney.
No pun intended.
Oh, pun intended.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Yeah.
Wow, that was quite the day. I will say it was quite the day. But we will have to be on a quest to go find Sydney again.
That's,
or maybe
again, it sounds so stalkerish.
One of her friends.
Well, I mean.
Well, it does, but I mean, it's what the people want, Minix, and that's what we do.
That's it.
We give these folks what they want to see.
Yeah.
And if that just happens to be some gorgeous woman in scantily clad bikini, then that's our job.
Work.
I'm telling you.
Work.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Men of the people.
That's it. That's us, Pledge. You got that right. Whatever it takes to satisfy our loyal listeners and viewers.
You know, Justin Guerrero comments on YouTube, Sydney's my baby mama. Wake up, dude. Wake up. It's 2:08. You're in the middle of an afternoon nap. I get you. And then he says, put it on my dad's tab. My daughter does have a hat that says that.
Yeah, of course. And she does.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have to ask. It's just there. I can't wait, Pledge, when we go to the blackjack tables, because I've seen this movie before. Minix reaching in his pocket. Here, honey.
Yeah. It happens.
It does. It does. I don't care.
Remember, she comes off the payroll at the end of the month.
She does.
That's why she's going to Vegas now. Knows that deadline's coming.
I got the room, but I told her she can't charge anything to it. I did tell her that. And her friend McKenna.
Yeah.
Her friend McKenna, who needs to rebound after last year's trip. She was the one that was not holding it all together or in the limo ride to the airport on Sunday. She had one hell of a Saturday.
Yeah, yes, she did. She did. Jason, I got to say, man, everybody's giving you compliments on that shirt there.
Why not?
It's a great-looking shirt.
It's a great looking Flight by Yingling beer shirt, perfect for the golf course, just perfect for wearing. And I'm not sure how to handle this, to be honest with you, because I don't often get this many compliments on anything that I wear.
That's true.
But people at the office, including our boss, Dax, was like, man, that's a nice shirt.
Yes.
Like, everybody wants one. And where do you get it? I got it from the Beer Man. I don't know where you can get it.
I'm not sure. Beer Santa gave that to you, and I've got one just like it, but I allowed you to wear it today.
You allowed me to wear it?
I allowed you to wear that one today.
No, you wanted to wear something that would show off the white belt.
Well, that's
you
true.
You didn't care anything about anything except for you wearing the white belt.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Well, careful where you put that microphone.
I know. It's like, hey, buddy, be careful. I'm not that kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
Yes, white belt intact.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's going to become a GIF. You shouldn't have jiggled it like that on camera.
You know.
Adjusted your belt.
I've jiggled it in worse places.
Mm-hmm.
We have got a lot to talk about today. That is for sure. The news on Micah Parsons, and I tell you what, if you trust one Adam Schefter, this could be a little bit different ball game than it was with Dak Prescott and C.D. Lamb. So we're going to hear from Adam Schefter coming up in just a moment, and Troy Aikman weighs in. Did you watch that game last night?
Yeah, I watched a lot of that game last night.
I did too, and I tell you what, you get nervous. I do. And,
what do you get nervous about?
Well, I had no money on the game.
All right.
Full transparency, no money on the game. But when Joe Burrow gets hit, Jayden Daniels gets hit, you kind of get a little nervous, don't you, in a game like that?
Yes, but you also want Dak Prescott to play.
Yes.
Right? So you're either playing football or you're not, but you can't play scared.
You can't.
We're going to Vegas tomorrow, all right? So tomorrow night after the show, we're here during the day. And one of your famous lines, one of my famous lines, we both have heard these comments before, but we say it together, scared money is lost money at the blackjack table, right?
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Yes.
You can't play scared.
No.
Joe Burrow's got to be out there doing Joe Burrow things, and that means not protected, running for his life, getting horse collar tackle. Jayden Daniels is going to run the ball and run people over because that's what he does. You can't play scared.
You can't, and they didn't. To their credit, and I will say, and Joe Burrow, I mean, that dude, I'm going to tell you what, to me, it's my opinion only, best quarterback in the National Football League right now.
I mean, would you rank him ahead of Patrick Mahomes in a ranking?
Right now, yes, I would.
I mean, he should have been MVP last year. Josh Allen won it. Mahomes is Mahomes. But you're right. Joe Burrow is great. Their defense still sucks. 9 of their 11 starters played last night, and Washington is still running through them. What were they averaging, 15 yards a carry against starters?
Yeah, yes, and they're going to have problems with or without Trey Hendrickson. And everybody says Trey Hendrickson, they need to – look, he played last year and the defense was horrible.
Which leads us into what leverage Micah Parsons supposedly has, according to the great Troy Aikman.
The great Troy Aikman.
He is great.
Well, I can't argue that.
It's my quarterback.
Big fan of Troy Aikman. Always have been.
Mm-hmm.
Always have been. We're going to hear from Troy Aikman. We'll hear from Adam Schefter. We'll talk a little Micah Parsons. We'll do all of that when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, I want to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love to brag on Stevens Roofing. I do that because they're such a great company. Family-owned company, local company that's been in business here for a long, long time. And the good news about that is they know what kind of stuff damages your roof. All the hot weather, the storms, the hail, all of it, because they live here. They know exactly what they are doing and exactly what to look for. Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. They're just absolutely the best in the business. I don't think there's any argument there. And right now, look, if you've been thinking about getting your roof checked out just because, well, it's been there a while, maybe it's getting old, maybe you just want to make sure it's okay, maybe you had some damage from a hailstorm, or you're worried about the heat beaming down on your roof all day long, do this for me. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. They will send an experienced team out to your house. They'll check your roof for free, under no obligation, by the way, and they'll make sure that everything's okay, like it's sealed, secure, energy efficient, all of those good things that you want and need for that peace of mind. They want you protected for the long haul. So look, stop putting it off. Get it done, get it taken care of, but make sure the company you call is the best in the business, and that is Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994, or visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pregame at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look to confidently refresh your space. Offer valid in-store only 8/7 to 8/20. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It's your city and your budget. Meet us in your neighborhood for a town hall meeting in August to learn about the proposed budget. Find the dates and locations at sa.gov/budget or call 311. See you there.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hornitos Tequila and America's team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 2.
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle. We'll look forward to the weekend of college football. Time to take our first glimpse at these games, Rob.
An important city council meeting on the future of basketball in San Antonio. We'll get you ready for that and all the football that's coming. But you got to get here early. The party starts at 6.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
But he's got some bad news for the Indiana Fever, Jason. Sophia Cunningham out for the season.
What?
Knee injury. She had a collision with Bria Hartley. Fell down, clutching her right knee. There's an MRI that she had scheduled to confirm that it is a MCL tear, and she's done for the year. And, Caitlin Clark still hasn't come back.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Sophia was your reason to watch.
Well, maybe.
Maybe?
I liked her personality. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like you read the articles, too. I got you.
Exactly right. That's too bad for Indiana, though.
It is.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Just saw that pop up and wanted to
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
to bring that along. This is the Blitz, by the way, at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Interesting game last night. I enjoyed it. I watched it because it felt like a real football game in a lot of ways. But just hearing Joe Buck and Troy Aikman with the call was awesome.
It was. And again, you had Joe Burrow playing quite a bit. Jayden Daniels had one drive. You had the Rich Eisen Sports Center after, which actually was really cool. The throwback was something I didn't know I needed, but well done, ESPN and Rich Eisen. The game itself is what it is, but we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. No matter what you're watching, they're going to be a part of the conversation. And I don't know that it really has anything to do with, well, of course they're going to talk Cowboys. Troy is on the broadcast. It's just the way the Cowboys are. No matter what game is being played, the Cowboys are going to get talked about. Micah Parsons is going to get talked about. Now, Troy Aikman, and it's kind of funny. Like, nobody knows what Jerry's going to do. Why are you asking me this? But he did kind of get into the only bit of leverage that Micah Parsons has.
Then the other side is, if you're Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, how do you try to win or be great without Micah Parsons?
Well, you can't be. That's his leverage. His leverage is they can't win without him. And, I know injuries occur and all of that, and you go out and you play. But the defense, I do think this. I do think the Cowboys are going to be better than what a lot of people project. I saw something where, the pundits think that the over-under is 7.5 wins on the Cowboys. I think they're going to be much better than that. I think they got a chance. I like what Brian Schottenheimer has shown in training camp and going into the year, and they've got some things that I like about the team in general. But without Micah Parsons, I just don't think they're going to be able to slow anybody down. I mean, he's a total game wrecker, and he's proven that, and he's certainly worth every penny that he's ultimately going to get paid. The longer it goes, the more money he's going to make. So I wouldn't stress too much if I was him, but that essentially is the only leverage. Now, what are the Cowboys going to do? You think I know the answer to that? I don't think anybody knows what Jerry's ever going to do.
Boy, that's no truer statement than that, for sure, from Troy Aikman. I respectfully disagree, though. Cowboys can win without Micah Parsons. One guy out of 22 or 54 is not that. The guy's a great player. Great player. But to simply make a blanket statement that the Cowboys can't win without Micah Parsons is just it's just fantasy.
Well, I mean, to a degree, he said Micah Parsons' only leverage is you can't win without me. You can mask the loss of a defensive player a lot more than, say, a quarterback, a top-flight wide receiver, when you don't have anybody else. That was CeeDee Lamb's leverage, too. Now, this year, with the George Pickens, I wonder if Jerry would have played things differently, right? You look at what's going on in Cincinnati. They played 9 of 11 starters last night, and their defense was still trash, right?
Right. But it was trash last year, too, with Trey Hendrickson.
And so, I mean, it's just interesting that we're at this point. You figure regular season starts on Thursday, September 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Micah needs some ramp-up time if he's going to play in that opener, whether that is with a new contract or he just comes to work because, as somebody I know likes to say, he is under contract.
He is. Jerry says that a lot.
Yeah, Jerry does say that a lot. But you just look at where this is and the next chapter of the story. And again, I think we all know how the book ends. He's going to get paid. Troy even said that last night. Yet Adam Schefter today says, looking more and more like the big D in Dallas is for divorce.
I just think that, Dallas always has drama. Jerry loves the drama. He likes to create the drama. And there's going to be drama with this now and going forward. For all I know, the two sides decide to sit down at the bargaining table and they hammer out a deal that makes Micah the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Could that happen? Yes. There's zero indication, that that's going to happen, that there's going to be a reverse. And it sounds like at some point in time, whether that's now, after the season, after 2 seasons, it sounds like the two sides are headed towards a divorce at some time.
Wow, it sounds critical. And I don't know where it's going or what Jerry's point is or what he's trying to prove, although Schefter did say that maybe Jerry's just waiting for Micah to cave.
I think the most likely scenario would be that he's there this year, his contract expires, they franchise tag him, then they have the ability to go and try and trade him. But there's a lot that has to play out here. It's unsettled. And all we know is that there are, I think, hurt feelings on both sides. There have been zero contract negotiations discussions since late March, early April. Wow. They haven't come close to a new deal. The players demanded a trade. Like I say, it just feels different than Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and we'll see if they change that here in the last 2 weeks, but that's not how it feels today.
Micah's leverage, just to be clear, Cowboys can't win without him. That's his only leverage, and you can debate that. Mm-hmm. You can debate that. The Cowboys have said they're not going to trade him, and at this point of the year, it'd be hard for them to pull off a massive trade. It's one thing for a late-round pick and a throw-in tight end, a John Mechie going to Philadelphia type of thing. A Micah Parsons trade would be incredible to pull off at this point. Keeping in mind that he's under contract this year, and the Cowboys can tag him next year, and they can tag him the year after that. Now, of all people, Charlotte Jones on Good Morning Football, who never weighs in on football operations, was talking about Micah today and his contract.
It does happen all the time. And then, again, I think that's a testament to people's interest that whatever we are doing, there are other contract holdouts, across the league. Everyone deals with the same issue. We just happen to be on this stage of interest that is more magnified than most. So every little hiccup, every little sneeze is blown up and blown out of proportion and, discussed at a level that is probably, above and beyond where most teams experience it. And so for me, as I sit back and look at it, I think we've developed over time the ability to kind of tune out the noise and just focus on, the issue at hand. And obviously, everybody wants this to be over with. Everybody wants to just play the game. But there is a part of this that is unavoidable. And that's with any kind of contract negotiation. And I do think that, we have, this incredible roster of talent. They're at a very high level. They are being compensated at a very high level. And at the end of the day, you realize that when the pie is gone, there's nothing left.
Here
so
we go.
How do you spread that around to all the talent that you have? And at some point that becomes, the iceberg that's right there that is creates the tension. And how do you divvy that up? And there's, I think it's just part of the game. I think it's the business part of the game that fans don't enjoy. But the ability to feed in and want to be, everybody wants to be a Monday morning quarterback, but they also want to be a Monday morning GM.
Yeah.
And they know, everything. And this is part of it. This is life. This is life in the NFL.
She sounds like Daddy.
She certainly does stop. She certainly does pay attention around the Thanksgiving dinner table. because we're talking about the imaginary pie that, you can manipulate. It's part of it, but, I mean, the Cowboys have their talking points, but she's right. We're all going to Monday morning GM this.
Of course.
We're all going to think this should have been done. We all know he's going to get paid. They have the ability to tune out the noise because, as Jerry says in the Netflix special, which is available now, it's a soap opera, 365. This is their world. This is just another normal day. It's a day that ends in Y for the Jones family.
It is. It is. Look, I think this thing will get done. And I told somebody this morning, there was, what's going to happen with Micah? And I said, look, it's August 18th, right? I think it's August 18th.
It's the 19th.
It's the 19th. Either way, doesn't matter. It's
a day that ends in Y.
CD didn't get signed till the 29th of August. Dak, 2 hours before the first game. So, I mean, if you're Micah, yeah, you're kind of bummed this hasn't been done. The media's going nuts. Fans are going crazy. But in Jerry's world, it's early.
I mean, again, all the different scenarios out there. He can get tagged or he can get traded. This year, Jerry wants to be cheap. That pie that is often talked about. It's cheaper to pay him on the tag next year than to sign him to this big contract. A lot of comments I'm seeing, Herb, on YouTube. Philly has the same pie, but they can pay everyone and sign free agents. They pay people early. They spread it out. They do it differently. But they're also going to come to a point where they've got to make decisions. The Rams did that. Remember, they went all in. Then they had to get cheap for a while.
Yep.
San Francisco has been up and down because they go all in, and their Super Bowl trophy is older than the Cowboys' most recent one. Now, they haven't won, but, they go through this roller coaster of, those bills come due. Philly seems to be doing it right now. Jerry, not. And he waits, and he pays more. It always seems to cost him more in the end. In some reason, in his mind, Jerry thinks he's doing it the right way. I think he's trying to prove something with Micah, and it does come down to money. It's cheaper for him to play on the tag, or are you going to be the leader we talked about before? I guarantee you $200 million. They know Micah far better than we do, and maybe there's some concern in there that if they give him this contract, they're going to get a different Micah, and they want to make sure. If you remember, who was it that was it Randy Gregory? Remember, they had clauses in Randy Gregory's contract because they were concerned about him. They thought they had a deal. Agent didn't like the clauses they had in there that were all behavior-related. He got the same contract in Denver, money-wise, just without those clauses, and he ended up there. I mean, they know Micah. We don't. We don't know what the issues are because, by all accounts, nobody's talked, right?
That's true.
If you believe that they haven't talked. But Jerry does have his reasons, and he's not dumb. It just seems like it's a game he plays every year with star players. And this year, you've got a star player in Micah Parsons who will bark back. We didn't hear from CeeDee Lamb all that much. Dak did all the right things and came to work every day and was willing to play it out and hit free agency if Jerry didn't want to pay him. Micah's gone about this completely different.
I just think I think he really thought it was a better relationship than that, more a personal relationship.
Oh.
And I think when this hasn't happened, it did. I think hurt feelings is a good word to put. And I think Micah's feelings are hurt. But we haven't heard from Micah since he made that statement about wanting to get traded.
Which is wise of Micah Parsons. How long can he stay quiet? There's the old saying, because we're talking about the business side of football. You've got the relationship side, and that seems to be good. A little strained right now, but after the contract is done, it can be restored. But mixing business and pleasure is often a no-no, right? But if you're friends and you do business, sometimes things can go sideways because this is big business at this point. Can the relationship handle the business side once it's all said and done?
Well, only time's going to tell that, and only time's going to tell what Jerry's going to do. I mean, Troy Aikman said earlier on the show, I mean, who knows what Jerry Jones is going to do? And he's absolutely right. Nobody knows what Jerry's thinking. A lot of people thought this day, August 19th would be that day because of his Netflix thing coming out. And he was just waiting for that. But Jerry doesn't need drama to sell that. People are going to watch that. So I don't know what he's doing, but your point that he's trying to make a point with Micah, I think is legit. And he may just turn and say, hey, you're under contract. We'll talk after this season. That could very well happen.
It could. And one of the comments on our YouTube channel right now, Cowboys are not a team that's one man away from winning. True. A lot of holes in this team. Trade them, get picks, and save money. Problem is you got to hit on those picks. I mean, good teams are built by drafting well, paying those players that turn out to be studs, and spending money wisely in free agency. The Cowboys don't seem to do any of the three on a consistent basis. They'll pay their guys, but they put them through the ringer like this, and they've drafted well over the last couple of years, but not great. There's some busts. Now every team has them, but name the select free agents they've brought in to help fill those holes. They haven't done it.
Well, true, but they did. I like what they did this year, bringing in free agents. Now, none of those guys are long-term. They're all one-year guys, but they were all high draft picks. And sometimes you need a change of scenery, and I like what they did. And I agree with what Troy Aikman said, and others have said it. We've said it. I think the Cowboys are better than a lot of people are projecting them to be. I really do. And again, I just don't believe that one player, and when you look at the depth chart of these guys, how many did we hear about? Dante Fowler. He's probably going to be in Micah's spot if Micah doesn't play. Jay Toya was another one who is getting talked about quite a bit.
Should replace Mozzie Smith.
He should replace Mozzie Smith. I mean, you've got some players on here that Marshawn Nealon's another one that everybody's talking about. Maurice Luafau, another one that people are talking about. Sam Williams, another one. And then, when you get some of these guys that are hurt and back, I
think
they
Overshown. I mean, yeah.
I think the Cowboys have some players there that if you don't have a Micah Parsons, would it hurt? Sure. But I think you can cover that up, and I think you'd be just fine. I worry more about the defensive backfield than I do about a pass rusher at this point in time, or the linebacking core than I do about Micah's spot at this point in time.
The one thing, and the secondary's got its issues, and a lot of those are injury-related. Can they stop the run? Can they slow down the run? Let's not get crazy. They aren't going to stop the run. Can they slow it down? They've got some guys that can get to the quarterback. Can they stop the run? And with this offense, with the receivers they have now and the weapons Dak Prescott has, and if there is a true commitment to the run from Schottenheimer, that should help time of possession, which has been a complete disaster for the Cowboys in the preseason, although with what they're rolling out there, I can't say that you're surprised by that. But they might be back to, when Tony Romo was trying to just outscore everybody because the defense couldn't stop anybody. And can Dak Prescott play the role of Joe Burrow from a year ago, just get one more point than the other guy, which is cliche as it is, but this is the way this team is built, especially without a Micah Parsons.
Yep.
We got soft in the D gap.
It's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait for September 4th and the start of the season, that's for sure. And we've got our own issues right here in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. The mayor, Mayor Jones, she's out. She's out talking, and she's pushing for a new economic study and a pause in what's going on at City Hall. We're going to hear from Mayor Jones when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic, Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and a little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't the course. Will keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that the results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Does RexMD really work?
Over 85% of guys said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. And you can get your first month free at freerexmd.com with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit freerexmd.com to get your first month free. That's FREEREXMD.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Twin Peaks fans, Bourbon and Brews is going to be back, but while it's away, sample some of Mexico's finest tequilas every Friday at Twin Peaks Tequila and Cerveza Costume Party. Mix things up with handcrafted margs or keep it simple with perfect shot and 29-degree imports all around. That's Twin Peaks.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Getting excited, Jason. We leave tomorrow night for Las Vegas. Headed up there, the Blitz will be live from Circa Thursday and Friday. Looking forward to that. And just looking forward to being there, man. Circa is such a great place. There is still room for you to go, by the way, if you would like to do that. We're staying for the weekend, so all you have to do is go to sasportstar.com. The promo code is Blitz. You can book your rooms there and come out and have some fun with us. We're still people still asking us about that. We haven't seen some people today for a while, and hey, Vegas, when is it? And so
yeah,
like, you know,
and I'm going on the next. You know how many times we've heard I'm going on the next one?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
And on this one, I know one that's flying out Wednesday and leaving Friday because he's got stuff for the weekend, and another group they're actually flying in on a 7 a.m. flight Saturday.
Wow!
And staying through Monday.
Wow! All right, cool.
But taking advantage of the discounted room rates because they're that good.
They are that good.
They are that good.
And it's a lot of fun, man.
It is. And while we'll be in Las Vegas on Thursday, we certainly will be paying attention to what's going on at City Hall because the council meeting on Thursday should be as entertaining as a day at Stadium Swim at Circa. Just a different kind of entertaining, but stimulating nonetheless. The drama that we have with Mayor Jones and certain city council members, specifically Mark White from District 10, who was on the show last week, he had a town hall meeting yesterday, and it got sideways in a hurry.
What? Mayor, respectfully, you've had your opportunity, Mayor. What I want to do now is I want to recognize two of my council colleagues that are here tonight, Councilwoman Marina Aldrete-Gavito and Councilwoman Terry Castillo.
I love the Spurs. I want the Spurs here, but I want independent information. We got to do our due diligence. One second. What's the rush, man? What's the rush?
And we had an agreement literally 5 minutes ago that we would allow the mayor to come up and speak if we kept it to the budget and not on Project Marvel. And yet we just saw what took place. So what we're going to do, we are going to keep this to the budget tonight.
Wow. It's getting interesting, and I have a feeling it's going to continue to do that. But she's making a hard push. I mean, you got to give her credit. If this is something she really wants, she's out and about, and she's talking about this and making sure that her side of this story is heard.
And that's what she should do as a politician. And, yes, I did say a city council meeting could be interesting. You don't say that very often,
no.
But in this case, I think it's true. The idea, though, and – again, I'm not overly political. I don't follow a lot of this stuff. I am Project Marvel for obvious reasons. The mayor says a lot of things. So she's been invited on this show, I don't know how many times, and she's yet to respond. But she did sit down with the San Antonio Current, and she said, Mayor Jones told the Current she wants to keep the Spurs here.
I want a deal with the Spurs. They are key to our city. They're key to our economy.
Now, she says that.
Uh-huh.
Now, obviously, she needs to clarify some things because when she was on with David Chancellor at News 4 last week and the interview she did on KSAT, when asked about the potential of the Spurs moving, she just simply said that's their decision, like she didn't give a damn one way or the other. The idea that she's talking about the Spurs like they're some other big corporation that could be here and it's all business is I don't know, it seems cold and tone deaf. But she can say, and she did say yesterday to the Current, that she wants a deal with the Spurs. Yet, she held a press conference yesterday. Now, I don't know who all the people were, and I've been told the variety of groups that were around her, but on KSAT 12's article, there's a line in the article that says, blah, 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 blah. Jones said, flanked by members of multiple community groups critical of Project Marvel. Now, if you're telling me you want the Spurs and what you really want is independent information, it seems odd that a quickly called press conference would be surrounded by groups that are actively against any public funds for an arena. You're saying one thing, but your actions are telling me another.
But absolutely. I mean, and I got the same thing. I mean, you see the people that were behind her on her during her press conference at Steps City Hall have all come out publicly against this project. Every single one of them. And so it's hard to believe she wants the Spurs here, and at the same time, though, wants to stall this deal. If I'm a guessing man and I haven't asked her, I would love to ask her.
She won't
really
come
would.
on.
She won't come on with us.
Not yet.
Why are you standing up with people that have already come out and said they're against this project? Are you against it? Are you not? Now, she says there she wants to make a deal with the Spurs. But when does she want to make a deal with the Spurs? And how long do you want to stall and push this out? Is it one more report, two more? Do you want to do three? Do we want to get all kinds from all over the country? I mean, none of it makes a lot of sense to me.
It doesn't. And again, your actions tell me by who you're surrounding with for your quickly called press conference that you're against Project Marvel. You're against any public funding because the groups that were there, apparently they are against any public funding for a new arena. So your actions tell me you're against it. Your words are saying something different, but your actions are also saying, let's make this as difficult as possible. So what is it you really want? Now, when she was campaigning, it took all but about 5 minutes to get her booked on the show, same day, and she was on.
Yes, she was. And at that time, she said she wanted the Spurs here, understood the need for the Spurs in the city and how important they are to the city and all of that. And then she got elected. And because, again, she's changed her tune with Michael Carlos from The Current to KSAT 12 and News 4 San Antonio, just a week difference in the time frame.
And, again, her messaging needed to change. I needed to hear her say that she wants the Spurs here. I need her to say that she wants to move forward more so than just having this independent study. She was asked by The Current about a message to the people.
I'm talking to you, the people, you, the voters. You know your worth. You know what you deserve. And frankly, you know that this is moving very fast. So if you think you deserve an independent economic study, and if you want to look at the draft term sheet before your council member signs you up for $489 million, then you know what? You give them a call and you make sure they vote the right way on Thursday.
Now, vote the right way. You mean your way.
Now, her way, exactly.
Now, my question, though, the way I understand this 489, that isn't money that's affecting any other programs.
Nope, it's not.
That's all money coming from a bunch of acronym tax zone things, right?
Yes.
So she's the one not being clear. She's the one that's trying to muddy the waters the way I understand it. And we've had 2 different council members on and a former mayor clarify that. This isn't costing taxpayer money, and this isn't money that could be used for other projects. And then, of course, she wants the whole revenue sharing thing, which ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
That's not the hill you want to die on. The term sheet is out, right?
Somebody said something the other day, and I take this to heart. Nobody's going to remember her fight for a new economic report. But if she is the mayor in City Hall and the Spurs leave this city, everybody will remember her then.
Oh, yeah.
It baffles me that she's taken this process. I'm just reading this. We got this from the Spurs yesterday. R.C. Buford released a statement. The Spurs, and I want to make clear because this is written down here, and obviously you hope R.C. Buford put this down on paper. The Spurs' total commitment will be $2.1 billion. $2.1 billion. That's what their commitment is. That's according to R.C. Buford, the CEO of Spurs Sports and Entertainment. Now, I don't know why the mayor, to me, it's like I'd be having a river parade and getting this thing started and ribbon cuttings all over the place. When is the last time a professional sports franchise, $2.1 billion to a project that only half of that is their arena? The other part of that billion is going to improve the downtown area.
It really is an incredible gesture and offer in writing from the San Antonio Spurs about their commitment to San Antonio. Far greater than I ever thought it would be. I mean, when we were talking about this before we ever heard from the Spurs on what they would kick in, we knew it was going to be a fight because I was expecting, $50 million like what Oklahoma City did, maybe $100 million.
Exactly.
You're talking about $500 million for the arena, another $500 million for the area, and another $1 billion and all this other stuff. And it's in writing.
It's in writing.
I don't know what other independent economic impact study you want that isn't tainted. Her words, tainted.
That on its face is ridiculous.
That's a middle finger to Eric Walsh and the city staff that worked on that.
Look, it's pretty obvious. She does not care whether the Spurs stay in this city or not. She doesn't. She can say that all she wants. Her actions speak louder than her words do. She could care less if they leave here, if they're not. It's just that she's trying to be this budget watchdog that's trying to make a name for herself. And it doesn't make any sense on the face of it. And if you lose this fight, you're going to look even worse. And by all intents and purposes, and that's why she's got the media blitz right now, by all intents and purposes, she's going to lose this fight. And I don't know where that's going to get her politically, where she wants to go politically. Quite frankly, I don't even know why the hell she ran for mayor of San Antonio.
I lots of great questions, to be honest with you. I know she said yesterday that a lot of people have, I don't know, bad taste in our mouth from what happened. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. What she's doing. And the fact that she, again, campaign season, easy to book her. Same day. Now, crickets. Seems like she'll write a editorial in the San Antonio Report, which I didn't know existed until she did that and talked about it. She's done interviews, it seems like, with the Current. I know she goes on Channel 4 and she's gone on KSAT, but I don't understand. I'm trying to understand what her point of view is. I don't mind it. I'm trying to understand all of why she's trying to throw up roadblocks, and that's why I think Thursday is going to be interesting. And, they act like a big city, act like mature adults. I mean, you had leadership positions within the military. As a former military guy, I know what good leaders look like in the military and what bad leaders look like. And, what she did last night with Mark White at that town hall, that did not look like great leadership.
No, it did not. Well, this is going to continue on, and We'll have more to talk about with Project Marvel and the mayor and Mark White and everybody else that's fighting this thing and either for or against throughout the afternoon, without a doubt. But did you know, Minix, that England wants to steal something from us?
Yeah, good luck.
Well, we'll see. We're talking about it. They're politicking for it, trying to put up roadblocks and all of that kind of stuff. We'll talk about it when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Taking you home with The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
Summer's wrapping up, and life is picking back up. Early mornings, long days, and a to-do list that doesn't quit. And neither should you. Who has time to slow down due to body pain? That's why there's Aleve to keep you going. With just one pill, Aleve delivers longer-lasting body pain relief per dose compared to other leading OTC-branded pain relievers. Aleve helps you keep moving from sunup to sundown with up to 12 hours of pain relief per dose, so you can keep moving and be ready for whatever's next. Use as directed.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Netflix is debuting their new series today about the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. The docuseries is titled America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. UTSA redshirt junior Owen McCown has landed on the watch list for the Golden Arm Award. McCown is one of 58 FBS players added to that watch list. This marks the 4th preseason watch list, which McCain has earned a spot. The Manning Award, Maxwell Award, and the Davey O'Brien Award.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is a Tuesday afternoon in this beautiful city of San Antonio. Happy you all are with us, whether you're watching on YouTube, San Antonio Sports Star. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel there. You can get me or Jason on Twitter at Joe Reinagel210, at Jason Minix. But we're happy that you are around. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am Joe Reinagel. That is Jason Minix.
And kind of a getaway day for us, although we're here tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
But then tomorrow night we're getting on a plane going to Las Vegas.
Yes, to the beautiful Circa Resort.
I know. It's another weekend where you guys have to live vicariously through us.
And we will let you do that in more ways than one. Social media for sure, and other ways.
And the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, with this trip, we're not at the pool, but the scenery should be entertaining.
Well, absolutely. And keep in mind, it's August in Vegas, and the pool is going to be swamped. It's going to be packed.
Yes.
Full of scantily clad, shiny things.
That was odd.
Well, that's true, is
Dude.
it not?
Yeah.
Am I lying? I'm spitting facts, Minix. That's it.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing.
You're going to be drooling on Thursday. What do you like?
Spitting facts.
Yeah.
Don't forget your sunglasses.
Sam says bring extra cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, we bought one.
We did.
Yeah, we literally just came in from Amazon today. We got it. We're ready to rock and roll.
No doubt about it. And it's just a fun trip. If you've been there, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't been, you need to make plans to go. The sports book is just amazing, whether that's inside Circa or at Stadium Swim.
Exactly. Justin says, take Pledge, damn it. No,
Pledge has got to stay here.
No, Pledge. We traveled with Pledge once. We'll never do that again. No.
I've heard the stories.
You can find Pledge at the Rue Pub, and he'll explain the truth, maybe. Find me at the Rue Pub, and I'll tell you the truth why he's not allowed to go anymore, anywhere, ever. But I can tell you this: Pledge has so much envy. He's not coming to work on Friday.
Nah, he's going to take the day off,
and he's not coming to work next Monday either because he doesn't want to hear about it.
He didn't want to hear the stories.
No.
Wow.
No, because Pledge gets the wonderful duties of when we send video back, he gets to see the fun we're having, put it together, and put it on social media.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So he said, "The hell with that, boys. I'm taking Friday off. Bird's up to you." Let's do the headline blitz. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, to opinions. Never enough time.
You know, some of us make fun of A&M claiming national championships. Auburn said, hold my beer. Auburn are now claiming 4 more national championships. Auburn is now going to recognize itself as a 9-time football champions after claiming additional titles in 1910, 1914, 958, and 2004. See, they used to just claim the Associated Press ones, but they want them all. And apparently they're going to sell T-shirts for that 1910 team.
Well, I mean, who's going to go back and check on that, and how do you know? So, I mean, if they want to claim 1910, who gives a damn? Mm-hmm. Unless the team that actually won 1910, might want to say, hey, wait a second. I don't know. 1910 was even before I was born. So, I mean, Yeah,
but not much. You remember.
It's a long time ago.
You remember those. Now, there is a football here in the studio. A&M, it says 2-time national champions. 19 and 39.
Wow. They haven't won even longer than the Cowboys.
You just now figured that out? Simple math?
Oh, my goodness.
Simple math.
No, I don't know what Auburn's doing. Who gives a damn? It's Auburn.
Yeah. Speaking of national championships, our Super Bowl is ours. Although over in England, the Brits, they want the Super Bowl.
They do, and I'm just not sure. I think it would be a horrible mistake by the NFL to ever do that. It's one of those things where, you kind of have to draw the line. It's okay if they go over to London in the regular season, fine, playing over there, that's no problem. But you're talking about the Super Bowl, which is an Americana thing. I mean, it just is, and I'm sorry, you can't have it.
The idea, well, first off, international games, there's more of that. When a team ends up over there, it's possible. But we also know the ratings for the Super Bowl in the United States are incredible. And the TV networks all want it in that late window, 6 Eastern, right? It's always in that time frame. Look at the time difference. That thing would kick off at midnight to accommodate American television.
It would.
Now, they can drink over there. I don't think they would mind, but that would be bizarre. I just don't see it happening. But they have, what is he, an ambassador?
Yeah.
That wants it under his watch. He wants to be, unlike our mayor in the new arena, he wants to be known as the ambassador that sealed getting London the Super Bowl.
Well, I think Roger Goodell's smarter than that, because you talk about pitchforks and torches. That would be bad for Roger Goodell.
Yep.
And I think it would cost him dearly, and it would cost the NFL dearly. So it's a dumb idea. You can politic for it all you want. That's fantastic, whatever. But it ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen. Fun to talk about. At least they want stuff, and they're being proactive. Bottom line.
Good for them.
Yeah, there's some odd questions out there that sometimes you often think of. Like, why do they always say attorneys at law? You're an attorney. I know what that means, but it's always attorney at law. Can you be an attorney for anything else?
Not sure.
All right. And when you're a baseball broadcaster, you got a lot of time to fill, especially if you're in the dog of a game. And, you're just filling time. Game sucks. And random thoughts pop into your head.
So you know how I think of things when I have free time and I shouldn't?
Yep.
So I was wondering.
Yep.
The person who invented the clock.
Yeah. Which one, the digital or the hand?
The first clock ever.
Okay.
How did that person know what time it was?
Well, that's a really good question.
I thought so.
Bouncer back toward the middle. Gobbled up by Young. One hopper. And Bohm is safe. There is that sundial they might have used.
Is that accurate, though?
No, I guess it's as accurate as it can be. So when you were contemplating the clock thing, did you come up with any answers yourself?
No. I thought I'd ask you.
I would think sundial.
Okay.
Sundial.
So,
and again, I mean, that brings up all kinds of questions. You start with 12 o'clock, then it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How did that happen?
Are you really going to start asking?
He brings up an interesting question because, we could be, it's 3:15 on a Tuesday afternoon. Maybe it's really, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday.
Well, it's 3:15. That was John Kruk, part of the Phillies broadcast, who is my favorite Philadelphia athlete for one reason and one reason alone. When he played for the Phillies, the old stadium was walking distance to the Navy base, the Philly shipyards. And we used to get MWR tickets for $1. And after the third inning, you can go sit right behind home plate. But he had a bar just off of Broad Street in Philly. And he did not give a damn if you were 21. And if you were in the military, you did not have a tab. He took care of it.
Wow.
Oh, that was a great Navy hangout.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure that cost him a lot of money.
And he would show up. Almost after every home game, he would be in the bar, him and some of the other players. But it was,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. One more before we go, and I just saw this from the Sporting News, Minix.
Mm-hmm.
Texas quarterback Arch Manning pushes back on grandfather Archie's bold claim about his NFL future.
Mm-hmm.
And as you read this, it goes in, he says, quote, "Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. Remember, Archie Manning said that he believed Arch would stay at Texas for 2 years. Well, Arch responds, I don't know where he got that from. He said he texted me and apologized about that. He said, I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
Yeah, and he says, quote, I'm not a guy who seeks the media, no offense, guys, but it's really about the team. I love the guys on the field. We're excited right now. I'm just having fun. I dreamed of being in this position. I'm not going to take it for granted.
Interesting. So I wonder how that phone call went. Hey, Grandpa, where'd you get that from?
Mm-hmm. Well, he texted.
Did my daddy tell you that again?
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
Well, that's Daddy. Well, I'm a Texas Longhorn now, and I'm a Heisman Trophy favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Make up my own damn mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
Interesting. Didn't know we had that. That's good. Very good. All right. Does that make you sad, Minix?
No, it's kind of what I thought would be there.
I make predictions on this show all the time.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're right.
And usually I'm right.
Well, usually.
One more time, I
was
right
wrong
about a prediction that I made. And I will clearly brag about that when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Man, look at that return day on King, man.
Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
George gets justice. The accident wasn't your fault, but now you're facing pain, bills, and uncertainty. You don't have to do it alone. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they listen, explain your options, and fight for what you deserve. No upfront costs, no stress, just real help when you need it. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. NC 23 while supplies last.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 2.
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle. We'll look forward to the weekend of college football. Time to take our first glimpse at these games, Rob.
An important city council meeting on the future of basketball in San Antonio. We'll get you ready for that and all the football that's coming. But you got to get here early. The party starts at 6.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
We got some tickets to give away.
We do.
We do. Citizen Soldier in the Aztec Theater.
With some good rock music.
Yeah.
10 years is on that bill.
Yeah.
At Alita's Way.
That's awesome. Wow. Can't wait.
That's a good show.
I'm sure it is.
I mean, if we have extra, I might have to find a pair.
Yeah, well, we've been trying to get you to find a pair for a long time.
Well, of tickets, sir. That was well played.
Thanks.
That was good. That was good. Do you want a pair? Lord knows you need a pair.
No, actually, I don't. I'm perfectly happy with my pair.
Of tickets, sir.
Yeah, August 28th at the Aztec Theater.
That's a Thursday night.
Is it really?
That's a Thursday night.
How do you know that?
because I know things. Well, I mean, honestly, August 28th, we're going to be live at the Roo Pub.
Okay.
There's a big night of college football that night.
Yes.
It's my daughter's birthday,
Oh,
her
okay.
actual
Well,
birthday.
there you go.
And our first high school football game of the year is Friday, August 29th.
Well, if you'd like to go see Citizen Soldier on August 28th at the Aztec Theater, you can do that. If you don't win today, you go to livenation.com and get your tickets there. So go ahead, Minix.
Caller 11.
All right. You're stuck on 11 these days.
Until Micah Parsons gets signed, it will always be caller 11. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Who else is on the bill that night?
I don't have a clue.
Who's the headliner?
It's not listed here. Citizen Soldier.
I just told you.
Well, one ear and out the other.
Adelita's Way.
Yes, good. Awesome.
Lead singer used to be a baseball player. Lives in Phoenix.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
Okay.
Can you remember?
No.
Can you remember that?
I'll forget about it in about 30 seconds.
You already forgot. Who's on that bill?
Citizen Soldier. That's all I know. Adelita's Way.
And?
How about that?
And?
100,000 folks. I don't know, dude.
Caller 11, 210-656-ESPN. It's not often we get to do this. Can we have a little breaking news, Pledger? Ryan Eagle was right.
Yes, he was again.
No,
he was right. Yes. Don't know if you've seen this or not, but if you have, you probably said, "Yeah, Joe was right again." That guy is amazing.
The again part is not sad. Holy crap! Like the broken clock, it was right.
I said something. I don't know what 3-4 weeks ago. I said, I guarantee you, as I sit here today, Daniel Jones will be the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts week 1.
Yep. You did.
And guess what? He will be.
You did.
Uh-huh.
Captain Obvious. I think
Obvious?
Most people in the world
I don't think
saw
so.
the Colts giving up on a young Richardson. And it's nuts because as the Cowboys are trying to develop a quarterback that could be a future starter a couple years down the road, that's what Richardson should be. All right? Now, he got drafted way too high to fall in the developmental category. But he is younger than Shedeur. He's younger than Dylan Gabriel. He's younger than Caleb Williams. He's younger than Bo Nix. He's younger than Michael Penix. He's younger than Will Howard. And the Colts are already giving up on him. But quite honestly, now granted, he checked himself out of a game. So I have a hard time. But he was in a position to fail, not succeed.
Well, that's the Colts' fault.
It is.
I mean, you draft a kid like that. It's like San Francisco drafting Trey Lance. You draft these kids that have not any college football experience to speak of, and you expect them to come in, high draft picks, and lead your team. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And I wonder sometimes who are running these franchises.
Well, you know what's interesting? Trey Wingo has a tweet that said he can't stay healthy and the coaching staff needs wins to survive. If you didn't see this coming, that's the bigger issue. But if you're a general manager or you're a head coach and you know your selections determine your job security, why are GMs constantly taking chances on players like this? You look at Eberflus, now with the Cowboys as the DC. The moment they drafted Caleb Williams, they should have replaced the head coach.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that was dumb on Chicago's part.
That set Caleb Williams back a year, right? It is bizarre that these general managers and coaches will take a chance on a young quarterback that hasn't played a lot of football because they think he might be something, right? I mean, now granted, Cam Ward, a lot of college, gets there, but he's played a lot of football. He'll be ahead. We're seeing that with Bo Nix. You're seeing that with Dylan Gabriel. These guys that have stayed in college a lot longer are having success sooner.
Of course, which makes sense.
Jury's out on Cam Ward, and it's hard to judge how well he's doing because Tennessee is just going to be awful.
I think he's going to do just fine. It's going to take a while, and they're going to have to put some stuff around him. But Cam Ward's going to be just fine, but he has played a lot of football. You look at Bo Nix. What he did in his rookie season in Denver. He played a lot of football. I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon. If you're going to draft a guy like Anthony Richardson, draft him with the idea of he is a developmental quarterback, and he needs time to grow into the position. But to just kick that young man into the fire right away was just it's a disservice to him, quite frankly.
And again, a coach and a GM laid it on the line for that guy. And I mean, you're betting on futures. Now, granted, thanks to Sam Bradford, you can make a mistake with a quarterback and just go get another one, and financially it doesn't just cripple you.
Right.
Right?
True.
And there's been a lot of guys, the Josh Rosens of the world, a Trubisky of the world, where you take a chance, it doesn't work, and you move on. But at the same time, this shouldn't be. I know you're needing to pat yourself on the back, but I think most people saw this coming.
Well, I don't know if back when I said it, if people did see it coming or not, because everybody hates Daniel Jones, and I guess watching him play, I can understand why. It just seemed like a no-brainer to me. Just watching Anthony Richardson play, the kid he's got all the tools. He's athletic as hell, but it's just the NFL is a different thing, and it baffles me. And I know these GMs are smart; they're smart people, but sometimes the decisions they make are just dumbfounding.
Well, and then you look at like what's going on in Cleveland at the quarterback position. We've got two guys that are veterans. Neither one of them are your future. And let's draft two quarterbacks. And then, because they're all hurt, let's bring in another one. Now, that said, Joe Flacco does expect to play in the Browns preseason finale because he will be the starter in week 1, and that dude's got some rust he knows he needs to shake off.
Yeah, he does, and I respect him for that. Look, he's the starter. Obviously, he's not the future in Cleveland because the guy's 105. But, I mean, so you got to see what you've got. Is it Kenny Pickett? I'm hearing that they're going to keep all 4 of these guys on the roster when the final cuts come, which I don't know how they're going to handle that. But you have to figure Cleveland's probably not going to be very good. So one of those guys, either Shedeur Sanders or Gabriel, is going to be your quarterback midseason. You would think.
You would, and I don't know that you could hide either of those on the practice squad. So that's why they're all going to make the team or be traded. Not to Dallas because the Cowboys are cheap.
Well, Dallas already is traded for a couple of quarterbacks. One didn't work out. The other, the jury's still way out on. Well, they're both 4th-round picks, right? Trey Lance and Joe Milton?
Milton, I think, was 6.
We'll have to look at that.
I think it was 6, or he was traded for a 6.
Either way, one they missed on big time, although he seems to be doing well in L.A. right now, Trey Lance. So we'll see what happens with Joe Milton. But I don't know. Some of the decisions, and when he was drafted, I mean, he played 12 college games? It was something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
And they're just going simply on athleticism, I think, sometimes, and that's just a big, huge mistake in my mind.
Wait, real quick, Chris Shaver on Twitter tweets in at Joe Reinigle 210 at Jason Minix. I'm probably one of the only Colts fans in San Antonio and hate the move by Indy to start Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson. He's raw, far from a great quarterback, but he gives them a higher ceiling than the vanilla Jones. Haven't been able to be excited since the day before Andrew Luck retired.
Well, here's the deal, and here's what I think Indianapolis is doing, and I think a lot of teams this year are going to do, and it could be the same in Cleveland with what they've got. It is expected to be a great quarterback draft after this season. And there's 4 or 5 quarterbacks, depending on what Arch Manning does, whether he comes out or not, there's still 4 or 5 quarterbacks that could all go in the first round next year. I mean, it's an incredibly deep draft. So I think what Indianapolis is doing, if they have given up on Richardson, they're looking at the future and maybe grabbing one of those guys when they come out next year.
Because, and while they're searching for a quarterback, obviously, I think Indianapolis is one of the best run organizations. Their GM is brilliant.
And I think they've got a good team.
And they've got a good team minus the quarterback.
Yeah. So who knows? And maybe they just feel like at this point in time, Danny Dimes gives them the best chance to win. go talk to the folks in New York about that.
And just to throw the fact out there, Milton was drafted in the 6th round by New England, 193 overall. Cowboys traded a 5th and got Milton and a 7th in return.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Because I know some of you like to fact check everything.
Jury is way out.
Oh, yeah.
On Joe Milton.
Yeah.
That is for sure. The jury's out on whether the Cowboys will sign Micah Parsons or are they headed for the Big D. And Jara gets his docuseries today on Netflix. We're talking about all of it when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is calling all golfers. The Fall Golf Classic is back. Mark your calendars for Monday, September 29th, and lock in your spot for one of the most fun golf events of the year at the Olympia Hills Golf Club. For just $120 per player, or $400 for a foursome, you'll get 18 holes of fun, friendly competition, and non-stop laps with your crew. But don't wait. Spots will sell out fast. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Charm Club, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Does RexMD really work?
Over 85% of guys said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. And you can get your first month free at freerexmd.com with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit freerexmd.com to get your first month free. That's FREEREXMD.com.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city. Open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet?
RV wins!
Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach?
RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Well, according to some on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, a little rain around the city of San Antonio.
Where?
Alamo Ranch, according to Art Garcia. Says nice passing downpour shower just passed through Alamo Ranch. Did you wash the car?
I did.
Thank you, Minix. Yeah, we needed some rain. Glad you did that.
Apparently.
Oh, well
Is
done.
it raining here? I mean, we're in a studio with no windows, and I haven't left in 2 hours.
I have no idea whether it's raining here or not, but weather reports are always welcome on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Or
weather reports, eh?
Weather reports, sure.
Sure.
Just so we know what's going on since we're in our little cave here, our little man cave studio.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Joe, he's Jason, and interesting stuff coming out today about Micah Parsons. You know, the news has been kind of cool when it comes to that situation. Nobody talking, but then yesterday, we hear a little more about old Micah.
You know, it is interesting because Jerry really hasn't said anything different since they got back from Oxnard. So, and granted, the only media done to this point, they got back, they had the game, they didn't really address it. They were off yesterday. They do practice later tonight at the Star as the training camp shifts. And I imagine they'll find microphones because right now the Cowboys are focused on, let me rephrase that. Schottenheimer's focused on the team. Jerry's probably going to do a lot on Netflix. I mean, hell, even Charlotte Jones was on Good Morning Football today. She did talk a little Micah, but the reality is it's Netflix and it's getting ready for the season. And at some point, Schottenheimer seems to already be at this point. Dude, I got to worry about the guys that are here that are going to be there on September 4th. Who's going to be in that opener? He said the other day, doesn't expect anything to change with Micah as of right now. Business gets done. That's going to change. As far as that, I got to worry about 11 starters on defense, whoever's here for the Eagles game, and they've got to start game planning. And if Micah is going to be in that game, he's either going to get a new deal or he's going to come to work and honor the contract in which he is currently signed and get ready to play in that game. I really didn't think that it would, I don't want to say I didn't think it would last this long, but at some point this week, he's got to end the hold-in and actually start practicing if he's going to play in the opener.
Well, that's exactly right. You would think he'd need to get some reps before he gets out there in a real game, especially a game against the Philadelphia Eagles. No telling, and that's going to be up to Mike. And it seems like, at least what we're seeing right now, Jason, is that's what Jerry is waiting for or holding out for. I'm not sure. But again, keep in mind, it's August 19th. All right? CeeDee Lamb got signed on the 29th. Dak Prescott, 2 hours before game one. The only difference is Dak Prescott continued to practice, so he was ready to roll. CD didn't, and it showed. It showed with CD a little bit early in the season, but then he came through and played pretty well.
The idea that it seems uglier, right? I mean, Adam Schefter said today, this has just gotten too personal between the two.
I just think it's gotten personal. It's gotten away from everybody. There's not a deal in sight today. Could that change? Yes. I don't think it will. I think, my own opinion, is that as it currently stands today, unless there's a change, then Micah's time in Dallas is going to be limited. It won't be a full career.
Wow.
Now,
interesting.
Jerry controls Micah's future for the next 3 years. He's under contract this year, and he can get tagged twice. Technically 3 times, but nobody gets a third tag because it's not cost-effective. It is cost-effective for the Cowboys to pay him on the tag next year because that's a hell of a lot cheaper than north of $40 million a year. That'd be about roughly $15 to $18 million cheaper depending on where the tag is going to come in, projected to be somewhere between 27 and 28 on the tag next year. So Jerry has that leverage. One, it's cheaper to have you on the tag, and two, you are currently under contract. The only leverage Micah Parsons has is his services. And as Troy Aikman pointed out last night, whether you agree with him or not, if you're Micah Parsons, all you can do is say, dude, you can't win without me.
Then the other side is, if you're Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, how do you try to win or be great without Micah Parsons?
Well, you can't be. That's his leverage. His leverage is they can't win without him. And, I know injuries occur and all of that, and you go out and you play. But the defense, I do think this. I do think the Cowboys are going to be better than what a lot of people project. I saw something where, the pundits think that the over-under is 7.5 wins on the Cowboys. I think they're going to be much better than that. I think they got a chance. I like what Brian Schottenheimer has shown in training camp and going into the year, and they've got some things that I like about the team in general. But without Micah Parsons, I just don't think they're going to be able to slow anybody down. I mean, he's a total game wrecker, and he's proven that, and he's certainly worth every penny that he's ultimately going to get paid. The longer it goes, the more money he's going to make. So I wouldn't stress too much if I was him, but that essentially is the only leverage. Now, what are the Cowboys going to do? You think I know the answer to that? I don't think anybody knows what Jerry's ever going to do.
No truer words have ever been spoken right there. And that's from a guy that knows Jerry pretty well.
The idea, though, you can mask a player on the defensive side. And I see on our YouTube chat, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, Colby says, not a cheaper cap hit with the tag, though. And that is true. There are financial ramifications to the team, but at the same time, they can manipulate that. That's what drove me nuts about what Charlotte said this morning and talking about there's only, so much pie. And we've heard that from Jerry. Clearly, Charlotte pays attention to what her dad is saying at the dinner table, but there's ways to manipulate those numbers. So you can play on the tag. Yes, there is a financial detriment to the team to do that, but that's a card Jerry can play. And that is something that Micah and his agent have to be aware of and be willing to, if they're where they are, if they're not willing to budge, that is a possibility.
Well, I just wonder if Jerry is testing Micah in a way. And this, just go with me here, because I'm throwing spaghetti against the wall, because Troy's right. Nobody knows what the hell Jerry's thinking. But play out your contract, and we'll tag you next year, and then we'll renegotiate a contract. We'll get you a new one. I mean, I can see Jerry thinking that way. You're under contract, and he said that so many times that Micah is under contract. So if Jerry's testing Micah, say, look, play, you're going to make $24 million. Let's go out and play, fulfill your contract, and then we'll talk after the season. I don't know if that's what Jerry's doing, but I'm just saying I could see Jerry thinking that way just because of his comments about him being under contract.
And, it's interesting, and I can't wait to go watch this Netflix series because some of the clips that we've seen do shed some light into Jerry Jones. You remember last year, it was front office malpractice, the way they handled things. Remember,
True.
He said that they were going to go all in, and of course, they didn't. Remember?
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
And he hasn't acted the same since the loss to Green Bay, which if you're watching the Netflix series, and I haven't seen anything yet, I will tonight, but it feels like in his 30-plus years of owning the team, that Green Bay playoff loss was the worst for Jerry Jones.
Green Bay Packers have a 40-burger in Big D in the third quarter. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a home. Oh, what a disaster. This loss hurt us in every way more than anyone we've ever had.
And we kind of knew that, right? And that's why he was just pissed off the whole year. But the way everything fell, I know Jerry had to have felt like this is it.
Yeah.
Finally, we're the number 2 seed. The Philadelphia collapsed. We have an opportunity. This is our year. We're playing well. We've got all the pieces in place, and then they go out and look like a Pee Wee League team against the Green Bay Packers in that first game.
And that's a team that looked like they were a legit Super Bowl contender.
Yes.
Tony Romo had a playoff loss to Green Bay. Des caught it. That looked like a team that can compete for a Super Bowl. And in Netflix, in the series, Tony Romo said, it is hard to blame Jerry for the team failures.
Those teams were good enough to win a Super Bowl. They just need that one play, that one quarter that gets you over the hump, and the pressure just mounts.
The Dallas Cowboys drought can now order itself a drink.
More than 25,000 signed a petition to have Jones removed as owner.
You know the solution. Fire yourself as GM.
You want to blame Jerry for those things? It's hard for me to ever think that.
And I respect Tony Romo for that more than anything. Jerry can't play. All he can do is put the pieces out there. And he put the pieces out there in that season that they had the disaster in the playoffs against Green Bay. That team was legit. Jerry did his job. The players failed Jerry that year.
And again, in all of them. And Tony Romo is right. Last year, Jerry did nothing to help his team.
No.
This year, is he putting together a winning team? And I say that. It's weird to think, all right, you've paid your quarterback, you've paid a wide receiver. Now you've got a Micah Parsons that's also going to be at the top of the market guy. Yet all your other actions, and you blame the imaginary pie that is keeping you from doing the things right to actually make this team from good to great. Now, he said the other day, looked right in the camera at the end of the interview on the preseason game pregame show and said, hey, fans, I know we got to win more. I hear you, which was kind of a weird acknowledgement because Cowboy fans are frustrated, and they have been. Lunch today, one of the guys we were eating with was like, I'm so mad at the Cowboys while he had his Cowboys watch on, saying, I'm not going to watch that Netflix. Like, BS. You're going to watch it. You're going to be mad, and you're going to love every second of it. But you're going to be mad. It's going to piss you off. It is. That's part of it. It's going to piss you off. And then you wonder, while he's the gambler and he takes all these risks, how risky is he really going to do? I mean, he told Kroenke, who owns the Rams, they went all in. Jerry said he doesn't have the balls for that.
Jerry said it best in the press conference. He goes, I'm tired of winning the season. He goes, I want to win at the end of the season in the playoff.
And I don't have the balls to put it all out there the way y'all did on that quarterback. I won't do that.
Yeah, well, that's true. But look, I mean, give Jerry some credit. I mean, are we forgetting that George Pickens is now a Dallas Cowboy?
Yeah.
We forget that?
No.
I'm just checking because everybody, I mean, that was a great move by Jerry, was it not?
It was.
Okay. So we're just mad at Jerry because he hasn't signed Micah Parsons yet. But they added to this team. Now, whether those additions are going to pan out or not remains to be seen. They still, I think, have drafted well. If Sam Williams can pull his head out of his behind, I think he's going to be a good player. DeMarvion Overshown, if he can stay healthy, will be a hell of a player. I think you've got a Luafau who can be a hell of a player. You've got some pieces there. And and I think Jerry went out and did a hell of a job this year. I do. I think they've made a lot of moves. The Pickens move, I think, was a good one. And everybody's just pissed off at Jerry because, well, he won't give Micah what he wants.
Well, and to a degree, yes, and to another degree, I mean, Pickens had to get out of Pittsburgh. They did make that move, but it was safe and it was cost-effective, right? There were other free agents that we all thought the Cowboys could and should go after to maybe, I don't know, help stop the run. They didn't go after anybody expensive. They went after safe, inexpensive, maybe they work, maybe they don't. They did add some pieces. If it works, good, solid, strategic moves. It's what they did a couple of years ago when they brought in Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. The idea of a key free agent signing that might cost you a little bit of money, they don't do. They'll trade a Pickens who's on the final year of his deal and take a flyer on him, a second chance type of opportunity. That one should work. That one was good. But all the other guys they brought in, they weren't successful, which is why they were available and available cheap. Yes, they were all high-round draft picks. The Cowboys have had a lot of their own high-round draft picks that didn't work out. Taco Charlton, he's in the UFL. Mozzie Smith is soon to be. Let's see who else hasn't worked out. Your guy Schoonmaker. And again, they'll probably get an opportunity somewhere else.
Michigan. How about, Jerry, you stay away from Michigan?
Maybe we hire Connor Stallions.
Maybe so, but, I mean, every guy you just mentioned all went to the University of Michigan. Jera. Stop drafting players from the University of Michigan. Please. And we'll see. Time will tell. We'll see how this season goes. Nobody's expecting anything from the Cowboys. If they come out, make the playoffs, go on a run, then what? Jerry, you're a genius. You were awesome. The moves you made in the offseason were spectacular. Then Jerry will have a decision to make after this season on George Pickens. Do you sign him or do you let him get away? I mean, there's a lot of things, and you got the other guys coming up. All of these things we don't think about. Pickens is going to command a lot of money. Is he not? Whether with the Cowboys or somebody else?
Somebody else.
Okay, perhaps.
But they'll get that compensatory pick.
Would you rather have – and let me ask you this. Would you rather have a George Pickens or a Micah Parsons?
Micah Parsons.
You're crazy. You've just said you can hide that defensively. You get two wide receivers like that, your offense is rolling.
The chances of finding another solid wide receiver are greater than a pass rusher like Micah Parsons.
Well, we'll see.
You asked, well, which would I rather have?
All
right. I can hide lacking Micah defensively, but I can replace a George Pickens faster than I can replace a Micah Parsons.
Well, I beg to differ. I'll go back to a Jalen Tolbert. We got a Jonathan Mingo who now is hurt. The Cowboys did not have another wide receiver. They tried Brandon Cooks. That didn't work out too well. I mean, I don't know. Can you?
Well, I mean, Jalen Tolbert wouldn't be my replacement for Pickens. But in the first round next year, maybe they don't take an offensive line. They take one of those first-round type wide receivers.
I think they wanted to do that this year.
They did, and, the guys they wanted weren't available, and we got a Booker who has looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think about the way Micah can influence the game. What did Troy Aikman call wreck the games defensively? And, again, I'm game planning right now. I can hide Micah. Your question was, which would I rather have? I can go find another wide receiver a lot faster and easier than I can go find a Micah Parsons.
Well, Cowboys may have one there now. You don't know that. We didn't know how good Micah Parsons was going to be when he got there. And Cowboys didn't want him anyway.
You know what I need? Some of you guys that listen out there are really good artists, maybe shirt designs. We need to design a shirt with some sort of character saying, we just don't know.
That would be awesome if you would do that.
Somebody come up with a shirt logo for something like that. I think that'd be awesome. We'll go down to Sammy's and get them made.
Absolutely, we will.
And we need a sponsor for it, too. Let me know.
Well done, sir. Well played. All right, we'll continue here on the Blitz. Come up with something, will you? When we could at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me. You listen to the show enough, the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than the Roo at 281 in Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and we have football, college football, happening this Saturday. The Roo Pub is going to be popping, and when you get in there, go hungry. The food, fantastic. The biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. Their chicken sandwiches are great. Their hot dogs, the salads, I'm told, are wonderful. Great appetizers. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. When you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at SASportsStar.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Hey, football fans, fantasy season is here, and Twin Peaks is the place to draft like a pro. From now through September 4th, reserve your fantasy football draft party at any participating Twin Peaks, and you get all kinds of crazy squalor. Score big with a draft kit loaded with everything you need. A $50 kickback card for the commissioner and $5 kickback cards for every guest. Plus, you get to sip on the local specials and enter for a shot at $1,000 in cash thanks to Molson Coors. Twin Peaks, it's your fantasy destination. Book today at twinpeaks.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-7147. 800-575-7147. That's 800-575-7147 or simply visit TRA.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade
professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys wide receiver Jonathan Mingo suffered a sprained PCL in the Cowboys game against the Ravens on Saturday, and after MRI results, he reportedly could miss 4 to 6 weeks. Netflix debuting their new series today about the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. The docuseries is titled America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. And UTSA redshirt junior Owen McCown has landed on the watch list for the Golden Arm Award.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmyloteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Tuesday afternoon in this beautiful city of San Antonio. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix, and we appreciate you guys stopping by, spending a little time with us.
Absolutely, we do. And whether you're listening on the radio, watching on YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can comment there. So much to get into, so much drama, whether it's the Cowboys or city council stuff. And we got lots of drama.
Yeah, I don't know what's more fun at this point in time. I think I'm leaning toward city council.
Well, it's because we're in preseason for football. Once the games get going, that's another story. But I not being a political show or me individually being a political person, most of the time I don't give a crap about what's going on. National politics, local politics, I don't care. This is kind of fun and different.
There's no doubt.
For me.
Well, it is kind of fun and different. I tell you what, I don't know about you, and I think I can speak for you, Minix, but I've learned more about city politics over the last couple of weeks than I ever thought I wanted to know.
Yes,
that's
it's
been
true.
Very educational.
And we've talked about it more than I ever thought we would on this show, but it is necessary because of all the drama and because, quite frankly, it involves sports. And not only am I very interested in that, you're very interested in that, by the interactions, whether it's on the YouTube chat, Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix, all the socials. A lot of you are trying to figure out what is going on. And like I said many times, I don't think that will change anybody's mind. If you're on the fence, if you're not on the fence, but trying to figure out the whys. Why are we doing this, and what are the real outcomes? And one thing that we don't know, now we did finally hear from a representative of Spurs Sports and Entertainment. We were the first place to get an interview since the term sheet was released talking about it. You can hear that interview at sasportstar.com, the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. And after that interview, now I've got more questions. Like, what happens if the November vote fails? What is plan B? What is plan B? Because it seems like our mayor is trying to make sure that that vote fails. Even though she says one thing, her actions tell me another.
Well, that's absolutely true. And I'm not sure what she's thinking. And I really wish she would come on the air and or if somebody else interviews her, just ask her what the heck is she thinking? Because I don't know. We just don't know. I can't imagine what she's thinking at this point in time when the Spurs, in writing, have committed over $2 billion, not just to the arena project, but to the entire Project Marvel project, which, in my estimation, when they first came out with this thing, the whole thing was between $3 and $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs are covering half of it, if not more than half.
Well, with everything that they're committing to doing, and terms that I didn't know existed, like the community benefits. I always thought CBA was unions and leagues, but the community benefits. The Spurs have really upped their game during these negotiations, and I think you credit Eric Walsh and the city staff for the negotiations they did. And I think that's part of what has me so frustrated with Mayor Jones is her questioning and using the word like tainted on the original economic impact study. Is she seriously publicly questioning the city staff that did all the work on that? That's not a good look for the mayor. To come in and question all the work that's been done and use words like tainted. And then whatever firm gets hired that she approves, damn well people are going to be looking to see what ties she might have to it that could also taint numbers, because we all know numbers can be manipulated.
Well, look, and the pause on all of this thing is interesting because that vote's going to happen in November regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to happen. It's scheduled. It's done. The county voted for that. That vote's going to happen. So I'm really that even more baffles me with what she wants to do here. She claims she wants to save money, but yes, she wants another study done, which is going to cost another 6 figures for the taxpayers of this city. So I really don't understand it. And if the Spurs weren't ponying up as much as they were, I would question it too. And I would say, look, you're right. Let's do it. Let's make sure all our I's are dotted and T's are crossed. But the fact that they are ponying up half of this entire project, I don't see where the issue is.
The Spurs set out yesterday a information. Makes it very easy on what they are committing to in writing, and their commitments to the non-binding agreement. And that's the other part that it's, I don't want to say comical, but it's a non-binding term sheet. It's allowing us to move forward. So if it's non-binding, let's do it. And from what I'm told, right now it's 7-4 in favor of. So I do think Thursday morning her resolution to pause will lose 7-4, and the resolution to move forward with this non-binding term sheet will win 7-4. But I'm told that there are a solid 6, and then there's one that's kind of on the fence. So, and that's the part that's a little concerning. If she's able to convince 2 to come her way, she'll then have the majority at 6-5 with the 11. So the fact that you've got 7 right now, but a solid 6 is pretty solid, I guess.
Look, I think at this point in time, those people that are for this project, the only way that's going to change, and I think what she's doing is smart. She's getting out to every media outlet she can, except this one, and telling the folks out there that might be in the district of these folks that are for this project to call them and tell them not to do it. And that's the only way. The mayor's not going to convince those people not to do this herself. The only way she can get it done is for the people to call in with such a force that it would make those council folks change their mind.
It is pretty incredible when you look at the amount of money that the Spurs are putting in at minimum, because they also have in writing they will cover 100% of any and all cost overruns. Like when I see this, what's the argument? on a non-binding term sheet. Now, she can tell us she wants the Spurs to be here. She wants a deal with the Spurs.
I want a deal with the Spurs. They are key to our city. They're key to our economy.
All right. If they're a key to the economy and a key to the city, her words, why are you making it so difficult on a partner? Now, it's almost like Micah and Jerry right now. You know it's going to happen. Why are we going through this song and dance? It doesn't seem necessary.
Well, I can see the campaign ads, Jason, when she's running for Senate or Congress or whatever. It's, I fought for the little people of San Antonio. The big bad corporations were trying to screw them, and I fought for the little people.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it right now.
Well, she won't come on with us. She did an interview with The Current. Go over things that she said.
Yeah.
And then an observation that I think a lot of us have had. What she says, but her actions and what they say, how you interpret those. Two very, very different things.
I'm for the little people on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7. The Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
We're brought to you today by GNC. Hope I'm not interrupting your workout routine, but the GNC Live Well sale is going on right now. Buy one, get one, 50% off everything in the store and at GNC.com. That's right, everything. Protein, pre-workout, creatine, vitamins, supplements, and so much more. Go for it all and don't miss out. At GNC, nutrition isn't just the department, it's the whole freaking store. You got goals, GNC has results. Visit your local GNC store or go to GNC.com.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Famous Footwear has the latest styles from all my favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. And with over 830 stores, Famous Footwear is always nearby with fit experts to make sure my new shoes fit my feet and mom's budget. She says the prices are like really good, so you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Right now, buy one pair of shoes, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear store. Some exclusions apply.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city, open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle. We'll look forward to the weekend of college football. Time to take our first glimpse at these games, Rob.
An important city council meeting on the future of basketball in San Antonio. We'll get you ready for that and all the football that's coming. But you got to get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I'm loving all this drama, man. This is fantastic, but I just don't understand any of it. But I like it. I'm here for it. And we got a front row seat. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We call this little show the Blitz.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, well, and it kind of feels like there is a blitz going on from 2 different political sides right now in our great city. When you look at the Thursday vote, the 2 items on the agenda that everybody is focused on, what could be hours in council.
I would count on it.
The idea that our mayor last week criticized heavily for seeming cold and indifferent if the Spurs were to leave or not, when she was like, well, it's their decision. She wrote that. She said it on KSAT. She said it on News 4. And somebody that she listens to must have pulled her aside and said, you got to act like you care that they're here.
Yes.
Right?
Pretend.
So in an interview with the San Antonio Current, she did say she wants a deal with the San Antonio Spurs.
I want a deal with the Spurs. They are key to our city. They're key to our economy.
Now, that's what she said.
As long as they agree with her and do everything she wants.
I mean, there's that part of it. But at least she is on record as saying that she wants a deal with the Spurs. And my goodness, I don't know how fairer of a deal she can ask for or get, to be honest. But her actions tell me another story. So she called this press conference yesterday, 4 o'clock. And she's on the steps of City Hall holding this press conference, wanting this independent study, saying that the one that the Spurs did is tainted. Yet she is surrounded by a bunch of supporters who are against Project Marvel. Now, I don't follow the politics like some of you do, but when it was pointed out that she was around people that are against public money, and even KSAT in their article used the line in their article at KSAT.com, flanked by members of multiple community groups critical of Project Marvel. And one of the groups, something called Cops Metro or whatever it is, says right there on their deal that people tweeted to me, they're against any public funding for Project Marvel. So you can't tell me that you want this and you're wanting a fair deal and you're good with this. We just need this independent study when you're surrounded by people, supporters of you, that are completely against it. What side are you really on? I mean, at least be honest. If you're not for it, just say that.
Well, she can't because she's a politician and she knows that that would cause an uproar, as her comments did on KSAT and News 4. Well, it's up to the Spurs. So all the Spurs would have to do to satisfy the mayor, obviously, is kick in another $489 million, make it $2.5 billion instead of $2.1 billion, and then she'd be satisfied. I mean, it seems pretty simple to me.
Again,
which is ridiculous.
When I hear her talking points, and I think about the other council members' talking points, and then what the Spurs have put out publicly, it's all about the financing. And the way I understand it, it won't cost you any money because of these tax zones. And there's the Bexar County taxes on car rentals and hotel rooms. So unless you're booking a room downtown, you're not going to pay much. And if you never check into a hotel in downtown San Antonio, it's not going to affect you. And that tax zone, that is all revenue. And I think by now we should all know this because it's been drilled into our heads by everybody that money earmarked from the state for this project is only for venue projects. You can't use this money to hire more police officers. You can't use this money to help homeless. It's only for projects like this. And if San Antonio doesn't use it, that money is going to get used in another community.
See, and you have leaders in this city like Eric Walsh, like Judge Peter Sakai, Mark White, that understand that this city, I don't know what some people want this city to become or to be. I mean, I really don't. And I understand there's problems. There's problems in every city, and those need to be addressed, and we need to talk about them and think about them thoughtfully. But you can't impede progress. We were talking about jobs. You're talking about, tax revenue coming into the city. You're talking about things that only benefit the city, not to mention the fact that we have a beautiful downtown. Can you imagine putting Project Marvel downtown and seeing this and what it would become? It would only enhance that. And I love what R.C. Buford said. He sent out a statement yesterday. It's about building a place that fosters opportunity, creates lasting memories, and ensures San Antonio continues to thrive for generations to come. I mean, this is I don't understand the impediment of progress, especially when this money is not being taken from a coffer that could help the homeless, help whatever the other problems that we have in this city. It's only for projects like this. So people that are against public funding, I'm not sure where you're going with this or why.
Now, there is that bond, I guess, next year that would have to kick in if that's what she's looking at. But she is stuck on an independent study, which to me, she's questioning the work that the city staff and the former mayor did. Yesterday, she took a shot at Ron Nirenberg. Indirectly, she didn't name him by name. But again, her optics, she's out there with groups that are against any public funding. Now, same thing with the Spurs, though. It's what wasn't said in the R.C. Buford statement. We're grateful to the San Antonio City Council, City Manager Eric Walsh, Judge Peter Sagai, and the Bexar County Commissioners for the time and commitment they've invested in this process. Their leadership has been invaluable in helping us reach this milestone, and we look forward to continuing this work together on behalf of the people of San Antonio and Bexar County. Not lost on me that he didn't mention the mayor in that statement. City Council, Eric Walsh, Judge Sakai, County Commissioners, birds up, Miss Mayor. He didn't mention them. That's not an oversight.
They've been working on this project for over a year.
Yep.
I think they said, 18 months?
Yeah.
Is what we've been told. So, I mean, it's not a project they just pulled out of their behinds, 2 weeks ago or when she was elected. So I'm not sure. There's been a lot of work put into this project. And what I'm happy about, and we've been calling for it, is the Spurs commitment. What are they going to commit? And I'm looking at it right here. And so I'm not sure what else she wants. The revenue share, which is a ridiculous ask.
It is.
I mean, it really is. And so I don't understand, but this will upgrade our downtown area. It will not only do that, but it will keep what is literally the face of this city for all intents and purposes. Obviously, the Alamo is part of it. The Riverwalk is a part of it. But when you talk to people outside and people that don't know what I do for a living, I tell them I'm from San Antonio. They're, hey, how about that Wemby guy?
Mm-hmm.
What's he like? What the Spurs? It's always about that. And so you lose that, you lose a piece of the heart of the city. I mean, I don't know how else to put that. And so she's playing a dangerous game here, and not that the Spurs have ever threatened this, because they have not. But she's playing a dangerous game here. And all of these other people that are against this for whatever reason are playing a dangerous game. And I just don't understand it.
Well, so I'm with you. And again, she says operate out of a place of fear. I'm not. I'm trying to think of this in a place of reality. Spurs have not threatened to move.
No.
But there's enough examples of cities that have lost their teams. Right?
Yes.
And they are a business. They are a business that wants to make money, like every business out there. Hell, even nonprofits want to make money. That's what they do. And if I think about corporations, remember, and again, when Toyota moved here, that was a big deal.
Yep.
When AT&T left here, that was a big deal. Now, I don't know how many of us felt the effects of either, depending on where you worked, but I knew people that didn't want to move to Dallas. They lost their jobs working for AT&T. What did that mean to our community as far as them giving back and community benefits and all that? Again, above my pay grade, but we've seen corporations come in and we've seen corporations leave. She's treating this, or at least it sounds like, it's just another business, and it's not, because they are a part of the fabric of San Antonio and have been for more than 50 years as the San Antonio Spurs. And there's so much more than just a business here. It's a big part of our identity when we go somewhere. I mean, could you imagine if, all of a sudden, that Riverwalk real estate's pretty good. How many buildings, if we cemented that Riverwalk, we could put in there? It would change everything.
Sure.
You can't do that. Nobody would even suggest that.
I wouldn't think so. Or, hey, let's just tear down the Alamo. Not that you could do that. It's a historical landmark. I get it. But as we're just throwing stuff on the wall, I mean, that's pretty valuable property there, too. I mean, the Spurs are in the same boat as the other two things that we just mentioned. And I don't understand. Look, all we've got to do, and I mean this sincerely, and I want to start I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader. In November, you need to get family, get friends, get everybody that's like-minded like you to go out and vote yes for this and get it done. And at this point in time, I don't know what next move the mayor's going to have. But that little press conference yesterday didn't solve anything. And her little hissy fit with Mark White's town hall didn't fix anything. And I think what she's doing here is actually bringing folks together, and I think she's going to regret it.
It's interesting because she's got to have a game plan. What it is, I'm still trying to figure out. It's got you fired up. You want to rally the troops. But for those that are against it, and there are a lot of people against it, there are. They see that, and they're going to rally for her, right? And we have such low voter turnout in this city that she knows if she can rally enough troops, while she says she wants to deal with the Spurs, her actions tell me otherwise. And if she can rally the no's and expect the typical turnout, then she could get her win. She might lose this battle, but the war is still ongoing. And on Thursday, I do expect her to lose her resolution and the term sheet voted forward, and that will be a loss in the battle, but the war continues at least through November. And she's just going to continue to rally. She's on a mission. I mean, that press conference and her actions last night at that town hall with Mark White, and Mark White, I mean, he took that microphone from her and said, we just had an agreement. We're only talking budget. That's what this is for. No talk of Project Marvel. And the video's clear. First thing she does is bring up Project Marvel. That was a very strategic move on the part of the mayor.
Which, again, made her look silly.
Yep.
In my mind. So,
although for her supporters, ballsy.
Well, perhaps, but maybe she ought to think about who she's aligning herself with. And again, I would have more respect for her if she's come out and say, no public funding for this at all. That's what I'm for, and that's what I'm fighting for.
Yeah.
Come out and say that.
You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't tell me one thing and then let's hold a press conference with groups that are known against any public funds for this project. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, again, I would respect her more if she would just come out and say, you know what? No public funds for any kind of arena projects for a pro sports team. I'm against it, and that's where we're going with it. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to stop this. I would have much more respect for her for that. I wouldn't understand it, but I would have much more respect for her than that. If you want to comment on this, you're more than welcome to do so. A lot of ways to do it. Getting a lot of comments on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can go there as well and comment. Please like and subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. At Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle. All the social media.
Joe Reinagle 210.
210.
Yeah.
I am Joe Reinagle. That's a
at
fact.
210.
At 210, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can call us the old-fashioned way. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Any way you want to do that, you are welcome to do that. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, when you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. For well over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. I know I've used Hill Electric at my house through the years on a couple of different projects, like putting a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room, extra outlets in the garage. They are fantastic at what they do. Whether it's a project at your office or at the house, call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and a little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry. Conquer the course. We'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Jason, you know what I'm going to be doing on September the 29th?
Drinking beer.
And playing golf.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody out there right now that wants to do that can do the same thing. Exactly the same thing, because it is our San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Classic. And I'm looking forward to it. We got on our Flight by Yingling shirts because we went out and shot a little promo today.
Yeah, we were shooting videos. You'll see them on social media to encourage you to get signed up. The only problem is we did those videos without beer.
I know, that sucks.
Now that I think about it.
I blame Beer Santa. He didn't have any with him.
Or his little elves.
Or his elves.
I mean, we had all kinds of other goodies that we're going to give away at the golf tournament.
There's a golf bag, dude. Woo-wee.
We might give that away next week for somebody that signs up.
I'm gonna try and win it.
It's in your trunk, man. Just go home and forget about it.
Yeah, whatever.
We're going to Vegas.
I wish it was.
You'll kill those brain cells.
You ain't kidding, boy. A lot of good stuff out there. Get signed up. I'm telling you, the last check, we are halfway to the full mark, all right? And, you know, if you've been listening to this or if you participated before, if you wanted to play, it will fill up before September 29th. And it's easy to get in. $400 for a foursome. $120 per player. It all benefits the Community Foundation of the Hill Country.
Yeah, a little flood relief because Lord knows they need everything they can get. Then, of course, the after party at the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker. The San Antonio Sports Star Golf Classic presented by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. A lot of comments on the YouTube about my shirt today that I'm wearing from Flight by Yingling. It's a great golf shirt. It's got beer on it, golf balls. I don't know where you get this.
You don't?
I
bet you Beer Santa will have one or two out at the golf.
I mean, we can put in a request. I know, but a lot of people, I don't know if you can buy these. People are asking me on YouTube, can I buy that shirt? I have no idea.
Well, you could sell it to them. You might be able to make some money before you head off to Vegas, Minix. $50 right now. Boom. Sold.
75.
Okay, 75.
Can I get 100, 150, 150? All for charity. Jason's Blackjack Fund.
That's exactly right. That's a good charity. Not bad. Not bad.
Exactly.
We're talking about drama in City Council with our mayor and the City Council folks all over Project Marvel. And, boy, it's really become a topic. And I think this city now it seems to be a dividing line. And when you look at it, whether you're for or against this thing, it doesn't seem to be like there's any wiggle room. You're either on one side or the other.
You know, it's interesting because she did do an interview with the Current. While we have invited the mayor on this show, and we invite your input as well, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And she did tell the Current she wants to deal with the Spurs, but on the term sheet even, she was asked what she doesn't like about the term sheet.
It's not about not liking it. I think what's important is we've got to make sure that the people are comfortable. The people understand we've done our due diligence, and an independent impact economic study helps us get there.
So she likes the term sheet. That's fine, according to her, but it's all about that independent study. That's what she's. That's the hill she's battling on.
And that's. I mean, again, it's non-binding, and she was asked by the Current how the term sheet constrains the city.
So non-binding, but go talk to the city attorney. It still constrains us in certain ways. I'm very surprised that would be comfortable signing that absent the feedback of their constituents.
Okay, now a couple of things.
So she doesn't know. That's an easy way to say she doesn't know.
Go ask the. I don't know. Non-binding is non-binding. Now, if there's more to it, and she would like to elaborate, which she didn't, but the council members that aren't new. Now, I forget, what did we get? 3 new council members and a mayor in May?
I believe that's correct.
Right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
The other council members have been talking with their constituents, right?
Yes.
Right?
Well, both of the ones we had on, we asked them that question directly. And they both said yes, that they had been, and they're getting feedback from both sides.
Now, the other part of that, she's wanting in her resolution to go back and hold 2 town hall meetings on this, right, in each district. Now, I don't know about you, but if Mark White, for example, he does town hall seemingly all the time. I think he's already done this. There's already been these kind of things, but doesn't Mark White get to decide what he does in his district when it comes to town halls? To be required to do 2? Maybe somebody wants to do a 3rd one just to be sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know that the should the mayor be directing the council members on exactly how they need to do this. And again, all it seems is a waste of time, energy, and money because she doesn't want Project Marvel, even though she says that she's for it. She just wants this independent study. It's not like the process started the day she took over. All the work that has been done up to it. And she knows what she's doing. She's smart. She's a smart woman, right? But what I hear from her is questioning the integrity and the work ethic of Eric Walsh, the city manager, and the city staff for all the work, all the due diligence they've done up to this point.
Well, not only that, I look at it as, okay, are those folks you just mentioned in the pocket of the Spurs? Because that's what she's implying, that this study was done by a group of people that, well, they have ties to the Spurs. I mean, Eric Walsh, I'm sure, knew that. The city council folks before the new folks came in knew that. So you're saying, well, are they all in the pocket of the Spurs?
And the company that did it knew that. They're also the same company that did the study in Philadelphia that she constantly references. I don't know how all that stuff works. But can't you have, I don't know, an independent person look at the study without doing an entirely new study? And the simple fact that she wants a new one, independent, somebody's going to pick apart whatever company gets chosen to find out if they have ties to somebody that knows Gina Ortiz-Jones or somebody on city manager. You're always looking for that brother-in-law deal, right? All she's doing is raising the red flags because how do I know the one you're picking is on the up and up? I think maybe we should find 3 independent people and let them all do blind studies and then tell us how it is. Well, it just seems dumb, doesn't it?
It does. And Councilman White said something the other day that a new study would cost $250,000 to $500,000. Well, on the interview, Gina Ortiz-Jones was asked about that.
I'm not sure what his figures are actually based on. I don't know. You measure 12 times and you cut once. Make sure the math checks out. Make sure the assumptions are correct. San Antonio's booming. Why is the city still so poor? And one of the things they cite are kind of these poor deals over time. So I want a deal. I want a deal. Let's make sure, though, that we are going into it eyes wide open.
Are our eyes wide open? You're going to whisper you want a deal, but hold a press conference with political groups that are anti the project, right?
She didn't answer the question.
Well, of course she did. And then is that why she whispered it? Because she doesn't want those people that were standing behind her to actually hear.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Again, what she says and her actions are saying 2 damn different things.
It's absolutely, you're right. It's true. They are. I don't get it. She's got to have an agenda in mind. There has to be one. Let me just ask you, in the entire 2-term mayoral position that Ron Nuremberg had, how many times did you hear from that guy? How many times did you hear him scream and yell and butt into business? And I'm sure he ran a great city hall as mayor of this great city for 2 terms. But you know what? You only heard from him when he wanted to be. He wasn't just publicity hungry the way she seems to be.
In all fairness, I like Ron Nuremberg.
Yes.
I know there are a lot of people out there that didn't like Ron Nuremberg. And they got a lot of different nicknames with that last name. And that's fine. When you're the mayor of a big city, you're going to have it. It's like being a talk show host. You want half the people to love you and half the people to hate you. Right? And that's how it is in politics. You might not want it, but that's the reality. You're not going to make everyone happy. But what you have to do is what is in the best interest of the city. And the best interest of the city is taking advantage of a generous offer from a pro sports team and making it work and acting like you want a deal. Not like they're going to the dentist for a root canal. That was creepy, Pledge. I don't know if we should include that in the drop sheet.
No, I think we should.
I want a deal.
Yeah. Caitlin, we're happy you're here.
That's creepy.
I'm just saying.
Up Caitlin.
Oh, that was creepy.
Yes.
I like that you're here.
I'm not sure exactly
I
what.
want a deal.
Wow. I'm not sure why she was whispering.
She's trying to make a point. She was on video. She knows that with the dude from The Current, which is fine. And again, she can whisper or she can scream as loudly as she wants that she wants a deal, but her actions tell me she doesn't. And she's not being honest with us as citizens of San Antonio by playing this game of charades. I mean, she's not being genuine, that is for sure.
Madam Mayor, you are invited on this program at any time to explain to our audience why you're doing what you're doing and make it make sense to all of us, because I'm not sure exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So,
Art Garcia writes on YouTube, I have not heard the word partnership. And that's true.
Yeah.
Stephen Ledesma says, knock it off, Pledge, while Frank Valdez says you're the GOAT, Pledge.
Oh, my goodness.
I want a deal.
That's really weird, isn't it? That sounded like my Alexa yesterday.
I want a deal. I want a deal.
Wake up, Joe. It's time to wake up. Oh, my goodness. Lots to talk about still. We can continue with that if you guys want to talk about it. Chime in however you want to do that. There's also some, Cowboys drama. We're going to talk to Charean Williams from ProFootballTalk.com coming up at about 5:15. She'll give us the latest there as well. More drama in City Hall. And Arch Manning said something today that contradicts his grandpa.
Oh, you want to talk football?
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
I'd like to talk football, Jason. Can we do that?
I like it naked.
What are you doing, Pledge?
Spicy and naked.
Oh, my goodness. We're getting excited here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, before we go to break, I want to tell you about my good friends at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. I love mine. Have you gotten yours yet? And if the answer is no, I'm going to ask you why not. I'm going to tell you, it is the best water softener on the planet. It just is better than everything else. And it's the last water softener you're ever going to buy. I mean, it's that good. It really is that good. It's going to protect all your appliances, all your pipes, all your water heater, all of that kind of stuff. It is just that good. I love the fact that you don't plug this thing in, so it's not a drain on your electric bill, and it's going to work when you need it to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That certainly gives you peace of mind. It is just a great, great product. And right now, the good folks at Connecticut, well, their generosity continues. I'm going to tell you, because for a limited time, when you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they're going to give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they'll come in and install right there at your kitchen sink. It's like having bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. It is fantastic. They'll give you $400 trade-in of your old water softener and free money. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. 0% interest for 12 months. You don't want to wait. Give Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country a call. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTF.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Does RexMD really work?
Over 85% of guys said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. And you can get your first month free at freerexmd.com with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit freerexmd.com to get your first month free. That's FREEREXMD.com.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look to confidently refresh your space. Offer valid in-store only 8/7 to 8/20. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken in time of purchase. See associate for details. Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets? Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, bad news for Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Jonathan Mingo. It appears he could miss 4 to 6 weeks. An MRI showed that he has a sprained PCL. He got that in Saturday night's game against the Ravens. Netflix debuting the new series today about the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. The docuseries is titled America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
I want a deal.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's after 5 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. If you're getting off work right now, congratulations. Tuesday is in the books. You're headed for Hump Day.
Hump Day?
I love saying that. It's fantastic. So happy you're spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. And this is the Blitz.
It is the Blitz. I feel like we all need a shower. I just saw the coolest picture on Twitter. There is a high school in Hawaii that might have the most beautiful setting. It is right on the water. Like almost at the edge, there's a cliff, the ocean. How do you play high school football in a stadium like that? More importantly, as a broadcaster, how do you focus on the broadcast when you're looking out over the ocean in Hawaii? And who decided, let's put a football field there instead of, 3 big old houses?
Well, hey, it's the way it goes. Football's important even in Hawaii. So that's a beautiful stadium. You're right. I don't know how in the heck I could concentrate on the game. You always thought the University of Hawaii, wouldn't it be kind of pissed off if you're playing them and they're coming to your place.
There's that. Now, I will say my niece, Bree, she went to the University of Hawaii. It took her 6 years to finish that associate's. And you understand, I'm kidding. It took her 6 years to get her bachelor's. But it is kind of one of those, it's like every year when we're at Cowboys camp and we drive down to Malibu and you pass Pepperdine.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
How do you go to school at Pepperdine?
I don't know.
I mean, you got the ocean out the back and the mountains out the other. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, it's outstanding. I don't think you could. I can't imagine a better spot to go to school, but I imagine it's pricey.
Well, Pepperdine?
Yeah.
It's one of the more expensive schools out there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And it's just to go to the neighborhood bars, it's Malibu. But, I mean, even University of Hawaii, I don't know. It's something like a good small college town like College Station or Huntsville, where all it is the school and the bars, right?
Sure. But Hawaii, you got the tourist prices.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like a neighborhood pub around or something.
They still got, I mean, it's still expensive to get stuff over to Hawaii. I mean, are you saying College Station isn't the greatest tourist town?
Well, I don't think anybody plans a vacation to go to College Station. I'm not sure.
I think
maybe.
Aggies beg to differ.
Well, really? They'll go to a football game, but I'm not saying, hey, honey, I booked us a week at College Station. The Motel 6 there down the street.
I don't even think they have that. It's the Holiday Inn or the Holiday Inn.
Whatever it is.
I think there's a Hilton there.
Look, I love going to football games there. I love it. It's a great football town. One of the best atmospheres I've ever been in, honestly, for a college football game. But I'm not planning any vacations to College Station. Just saying.
Well, it's almost like going to school up in Austin.
Yeah.
You know, so many different distractions. Now, it is interesting, as we do a poor job into segueing into talking Texas football, is there's been a lot of speculation on how long Arch will stay in Austin. Grandpa said 2 years. Arch said today Grandpa doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
That tells me exactly what Arch is going to do. If Texas, as predicted, wins a national championship, he wins the Heisman Trophy, there's no reason for this young man to come back to Texas. No reason.
There really isn't. And then, of course, can he be as good as advertised? Can he live up to the hype? You okay over there, Pledge? You need the Heimlich? You okay? Are you sure?
Well, I'm not giving him the Heimlich. Are you?
Oh no, I said, well, you're closer to him. But I mean, he's wearing a green shirt and his face is turning red. It almost looks like Christmas over there.
Well, he's eating something that must have been spicy.
I know. Well, and he's choking half to death and still putting food in his face. Right? Oh, he's eating Dot's pretzels. All right, not
sometimes
spicy.
That salt will get in your throat, though. Yeah,
right.
it will.
You okay over there? You sure? Are you sure?
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean,
I don't know if y'all can hear that on the radio or on our YouTube page.
I mean, it's a little alarming. If you let's go, well, all you old school radio people that remember listening to Ricky Ware on KTSA, Pledge is doing a really good Ricky Ware impersonation right now. You all right? We can move forward? Are you sure? You need some water? Yeah, I mean.
Maybe go give him a little mouth-to-mouth, Minix. Go ahead.
Good Lord, no, man. We'll miss him.
I want a deal.
Now, you think about how good Arch can be. Can he live up to the hype? Remember old Coach O?
Yes.
Ed Ogeron?
I do.
He was on Pardon My Take. And his compliment for Arch Manning, I don't know if it gets any better than this.
Going into this college football season, if you were coaching a team and I was like, hey, you get any player you want, what quarterback would you want to be coaching?
Arch Manning.
Yeah? He's the real deal?
No doubt.
What makes you say that?
You know, I had an opportunity to go to Texas and speak to the clinic, and speak at their clinic, and I watched practice. Now, we knew Arch Manning as a young kid from Louisiana. He liked Joe Brady. We watched him. But I watched his practice, and I'll say this conservatively, okay? And Garrett, we recruited Garrett. Garrett's a great player. You know, it's kind of, you know, they got some great quarterbacks there. But Arch is as close to, or maybe as good as Joe as I've seen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
I've never said that about anybody.
Yeah, he's fast. He's athletic.
Yep.
He seems to be really smart.
Smart. Tough.
Interesting. That is a great compliment. And comparing him to Joe Burrow, I could see the similarities there a little bit, but I can't wait to see this kid play because we really didn't get a good look at him last year. Yeah, I know he stepped in for a game or two, but I want to see this kid against Ohio State and then that gauntlet that is the SEC.
It is. I like the demeanor on Arch. Not a big media guy, not looking for the spotlight, and he just wants to go play football. Because he grew up a Manning, this isn't different for him. I go back to a conversation you and I had here on the Blitz with Cam Ward around the Heisman. And obviously, I've known Cam since you have too, since he was at UIW.
Yeah.
And he grew into the spotlight. It wasn't just thrust upon him. Where you look at like the kid that's going to be at Ohio State, he's not used to the spotlight. Arch Manning has grown up into it. That should help him deal with expectations. For Cam leaving UIW and going to Pullman, Washington, and not the greatest of spotlights, but then to do well and dealing with NIL and a bigger fan base than what he was dealing with at UIW to get to Miami. He just kind of slowly grew into it, which is helping him now transition as the number 1 overall pick. It's not like all of a sudden you are, boom, here's the bright lights, and how are you going to handle it? I think that really is going to serve Arch well, that just from being a Manning, going to the same high school that Peyton and Eli did, you grew up with these expectations. People are offering you when you were in the 7th grade. That is going to serve him so well this year there at the 40 acres.
Well, I tell you what, I can't wait to see it. I don't care how much you've been through this pressure before. When he shows up at Ohio State and that crowd is rocking and all eyes are going to be on him, I can't even imagine the butterflies that he's going to feel until he takes that first snap and the game gets going. You can't be human and not feel something.
Sure.
When he walks out on that field knowing it's his first time and now this Texas team is his, and you're facing the defending national champions, man, I tell you what, I cannot wait to watch that football game.
Yeah, it's gonna, man. It's right. Look, we get football this Saturday.
We do.
UIW plays this Saturday. In fact, Coach Clint Cullo is going to be on the show with us tomorrow as they get ready to open on the road at Nichols. There are some other games this Saturday too, and then the following week, man, full throttle.
Well, a big one, Iowa State and Kansas State on Saturday, which should be a good early season matchup. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of football, and that's good, and it's real. Jason, we got boxing coming back to the Boeing Center at Techport, and folks can win tickets to that. August 23rd at Boeing Center at Techport, Desi Martinez Promotions and Fighters First Management. Loaded night of action.
Absolutely. The San Antonio Summer Showdown, 10 fight card features. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great talent. We've got a pair of tickets to give away right now if you want to go to the fights. The San Antonio Summer Showdown, Saturday, August 23rd, Boeing Center Techport. Caller 11 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Charean Williams from ProFootballTalk.com joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are having issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Friday night at 7, the Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons in their last preseason game at Jerry World. Pre-game at 6, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Hungry after the game? Hit up Tamalitos Restaurant, home of San Antonio's best weekly specials and legendary Taco Tuesdays. Fresh, loaded, and just $1. Tamalitos, local flavor, big taste. 2042 South Callahan Road, right across Missions Baseball Stadium.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. Imagine if you could help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Every week, ordinary people meet their goals and do extraordinary things. Your ideas matter. GoFundMe isn't just for emergencies. Want to raise money for your kid's soccer team, or raise funds for a small business, a creative project, or event? GoFundMe helps you turn ideas into reality. And help adds up. Fundraisers you start for someone else raise up to 5 times more. So think right now, who could use your help? Change rarely comes from waiting. It comes from someone deciding, today I'll start. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Today, start your fundraiser in just minutes at GoFundMe.com/power. That's GoFundMe.com/power to start your fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/POWER. This is a commercial message brought to you by GoFundMe.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more tonight. First pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Summer's wrapping up, and life is picking back up. Early mornings, long days, and a to-do list that doesn't quit. And neither should you. Who has time to slow down due to body pain? That's why there's Aleve to keep you going. With just one pill, Aleve delivers longer-lasting body pain relief per dose compared to other leading OTC-branded pain relievers. Aleve helps you keep moving from sunup to sundown with up to 12 hours of pain relief per dose, so you can keep moving and be ready for whatever's next. Use as directed.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle. We'll look forward to the weekend of college football. Time to take our first glimpse at these games, Rob.
An important city council meeting on the future of basketball
in San Antonio. We'll get you ready for that and all the football that's coming. But you got to get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
They tell me it's raining outside, Jason. I'm not sure, but the skies are opening up here in San Antonio. We're in our man cave here, studio. I guess that's what we call it here.
There's no windows.
No windows. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, we've been talking a lot today about our mayor, Mayor Jones, and how she's upsetting a lot of people over Project Marble. There's another guy named Jones in the state of Texas that's pissing off a lot of people. Let's talk about Jerry with the great Charean Williams, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades at guest line. Charean, how's your Tuesday?
It's going all right. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, we got so much drama with what's going on with our city council and mayor, and of course, Jerry and Micah in the Netflix documentary. And I'm tired of Micah talk. Have you watched the Netflix series yet?
I haven't, but it's gotten such rave reviews. I've had lunch and dinner with Clarence Hill at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram here lately, and he said it's just outstanding. And Mike Florio verified that today. He said he started watching it and couldn't stop watching it. So I guess I need to get to it. I don't have Netflix, so I have to get it for the games later this year anyway. So maybe I'll just get it, go ahead and watch it. But I hear it's really well done. And Jerry might be gaining a few more fans out of this thing.
I think we have found the one person in America that does not have Netflix. And apparently you don't know somebody that you could just borrow their login.
Well, that's it. That's what I need to find for sure.
Well, Jason will give you his.
Sure, I got to get it from my kid.
Charean, I just saw the Cowboys' unofficial depth chart was just released for Week 3, and some of this is surprising to me, just simply because of the way that some players have played. Now, and I'll just start out with Mozzie Smith. He is still listed as the starting defensive tackle, and Jay Toya, who I think has played spectacular, is number 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in that. You know, there's a chance Mozzie Smith's not even making this roster. I think he does probably, but, you know, how much is he going to play? I don't know. If they're relying on Mozzie Smith, I think we all know that they're in a world of hurt. I mean, he's just not very good. He wasn't a good first-round draft pick, and, you know, we started debating the other day whether Taco Charlton or Mozzie Smith was the worst draft pick, and I tend to lean toward Taco Charlton simply because of the player that they could have had in place of Taco Charlton, who is TJ Watt, as we all know, and that probably means that they wouldn't have had Micah Parsons because they would have had the elite pass rusher, so they'd probably be in a contract dispute with TJ Watt right now, seeing as how he just signed a new deal. But that's a whole different storyline. But that was my choice of the 2 first-round draft picks here lately, if you want to debate who was the worst first-round draft pick, but I'm going to go with Taco Charlton. But Mozzie Smith certainly wasn't a good draft pick in the first round.
I mean, as Ryan Eagle likes to point out, Jerry should not draft anybody from the University of Michigan anytime soon. Now, when you think about Mozzie Smith, the fact that Schottenheimer had to point out the other day, after he went through everybody that played well, and then he, like the light bulb, I didn't mention Mozzie, and he tried to tell the media Mozzie did some good things. You might not have seen it, but he did. I'm trying to figure out how after that game you evaluate anything because the quarterback play was just so bad.
Yeah, it really wasn't good. I don't know. They've played 2 really bad preseason games, and at some point you stop saying that it's just the preseason and these are players who won't play. Look, you're going to have injuries, and the Cowboys are going to have injuries, and they're going to have some big injuries. And some of these players we've seen the last 2 weeks are going to have to play for them at some point this season. And I don't think that bodes well for the Cowboys based on what we saw these last 2 games. It was not pretty. And some of the basic stuff, that they can't do right, to me is a huge concern. The fact that they don't tackle in practice, to me, is a huge concern. I have more concern. Let's put it this way. I have more concerns right now today than I had at the start of training camp. At the start of training camp, I was convinced they would get to at least 9 wins, maybe 10, 11 wins. I'm not so sure now. And again, that I realize we haven't seen the first team play, which I think is a mistake, but we haven't seen them play. But just because some of these players are going to have to play, and then some of the basic things that this team just cannot do right. And the fact that they can't tackle, all that scares me as they go into the season getting ready to face the Eagles in week 1.
Well, you know, Charean, that's interesting that you say that, and I think everybody that watched both of those games feel the same way. But so what does that tell you about Brian Schottenheimer or maybe Matt Eberflus? Are they not doing what they should be doing?
I think there's questions right now. I mean, Schottenheimer has talked a good game, but is he going to get it done? Are they going to do what they need to do on the football field? You know, the studying at practice doesn't work. This not playing your starters in the preseason doesn't work, in my opinion. Some of the things he's done, I think there's real questions about how they're going to start this season. And if they start this season out bad, we all know that stretch in there of games is a gauntlet, and they need to start out very hot because they've got some winnable games in those first 6 games that they have. Week 1 may not be a winnable game, we'll see, but they do have winnable games in that first 6-game stretch, and they better win some games there. It's going to be a really long season, so they need to get off to a good start. And I don't like some of the things they've done in this stretch with where we are today with some of those things I just said. I think they're behind, and I think they could get off to a slow start, which they can't afford to do.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Just looking at 2 preseason games, and again, it's hard to evaluate, especially since we haven't seen the starters. But Schottenheimer talks about being a physical football team. Have you seen a physical football team in 2 preseason games?
I haven't. No, I haven't. Not at all. So I think that's another concern you talk about is, are they going to be that? I haven't seen it to say that they are going to be that. So we'll find out, and we'll find out week 1, because if they're not, they're going to get punched in the mouth in week 1, and it's going to be really ugly.
You know, Charean, Jason and I were talking earlier. We were talking about last night's Monday Night Football game. Joe Burrow played, Jayden Daniels played, and both of those guys took some hits. And I was telling Jason, I was scared to death for those guys. But, I mean, Cincinnati had to. They've gotten off to such poor starts over the last several years. But I can't wait to see if that makes a big difference for those teams.
Well, I mean, research shows that the more you play in the preseason, the better off you are. There's research out there. They've done it. It's there. It's there for anybody to look at. And I retweeted it at one point. There's a reason that Tom Brady always played in the preseason. There's a reason that Patrick Mahomes always plays in the preseason. There's a reason. There's a reason those guys do it, and there's a reason that Andy Reid has his players do it. There's a reason that Bill Belichick has his players do it. So if you don't believe in it, then you don't believe in Bill Belichick and Andy Reid and some of the greatest coaches of all time. So I have to go with those guys, with what they do, with what the research shows. Even if it's just a few plays, get him in, get him out. Now, I thought Burrow played too long last night. I thought they really put him in harm's way, especially on that sack on the second series. I thought they played him too long. I thought one series was enough. Saw him throw a touchdown pass. They got the receivers out. They didn't get Burrow out. And I thought they should have got him out a little quicker than what they did. But it's good for those guys to get out there and get that speed at which the game is played. You don't get that in practice. You don't even get that in the joint practices. You get the speed, get some hits, really get you ready for the season. Again, that's what the research shows. So why are you going against research and putting these guys in bubble wrap? And then they start out slow. And if the Cowboys start out slow, we're going to be pointing to this going, why didn't they play in the preseason? Now, if they don't, I know teams have their own philosophies. You know, the Sean McVay thing is I'm putting my guys in bubble wrap and I'm not playing them. But again, I think the greatest coaches of all time, if you go back and look, they played their guys in the preseason. They played them in the preseason for a reason.
Well, and the other part that I look at, too, is with the new head coach and a guy calling plays, to at least get the communication down in a game environment for your quarterback is a good thing. And of all the 7 new head coaches, the only quarterback that hasn't played is Dak Prescott.
Yeah, and I think that's important, too, to hear that. And, you know, it's different in a game atmosphere. You can do it in practice all you want. It's not a game atmosphere. You don't have the crowd. You don't have the opponents. It's not the game action, all of that, you know, the pace with which the game action comes a little bit faster than what it is in practice. So 100% they needed to do that just simply for that reason.
Yeah, no doubt. I would like to see them happen, but obviously it's not going to happen. Dak's not going to play in this final preseason game, so we'll just have to see what happens against Philadelphia on September the 4th. Got to ask you a knucklehead question, Charean. We were talking about this too. Do you ever go on vacation to College Station?
Go on vacation. I don't know if I call it vacation. I go to games. Does that count?
Well,
is that vacation?
I don't know. Minix asked me if I wanted to go on vacation to College Station. I'm like, well, no.
I mean, you understand this is the Dairy Queen taco mentality. There's photos floating around of this incredible high school stadium in Hawaii that is right on the water, and then that led to places like Pepperdine and. Where how do you go to school there? Small college towns are great, like College Station. And he's like, but who goes on vacation there? I said Aggies do. They go on vacation to a game.
Well, that's true. If you call that vacation, absolutely. Then, yes, I go on vacation to College Station.
Well, maybe it depends on whether they win or lose when you go. Does that matter?
Right.
They go with high hopes. They go with high hopes every time. Kind of like Cowboy fans going into a season. There's always high hopes. Now, you mentioned the other day, Charean, right now Will Grier is quarterback too. And everything that we've seen about Joe Milton, if something happened to Dak in the regular season,
Cowboys are in trouble.
But the Cowboys are in trouble either way. Do you think Jerry will make a move either through trade or when somebody gets released to bring in another quarterback? Like, is QB2 currently not on the roster? Or do you think Jerry's philosophy is something happens to the Dak, we're screwed either way?
Well, after the game the other day, we debated up in the press box like who they could bring in, and there's a lot of guys. Now, some of them you would have to trade for. There's going to be some players cut. You look at the Browns with all the quarterbacks they have. What are they going to do with Kenny Pickett? Or could you get him for a 7th-round pick? I certainly think he's better than anything the Cowboys have there at the quarterback position behind Dak Prescott. And I'd probably give up a 7th for him. I don't know if I'd give up more than that, but they're going to cut him. What are they going to do there? Huntley they have there. You get him for free. Could you get, Tyrod Taylor for there's a ton of guys. Jameis, I don't know if the Giants are going to trade Jameis. It's probably too high of a draft pick that you want to give up for Jameis Winston, but there's some guys out there who would be better than what you currently have. However, having said all that, yes, I would go out and find a backup quarterback. Knowing Dak's history, he's missed 26 games in the last 5 years. That's a concern for me. I think what the Cowboys are going to look at is, hey, we had a really good backup last year. We weren't willing to pay him because we went 4-4 with the backup that we trusted last year. We went 4-4, didn't make the playoffs. So why should we invest in a backup quarterback when if Dak goes down, we're not going to be any good anyway? I think that's their mentality. So do I think they're going to go out and get a backup quarterback? I don't think they trade for one. If one comes free that they can sign to the practice squad or possibly to the active roster and put one of those other guys in the practice squad, Joe Milton's got to be on the active roster. They'd probably be picked up by somebody else. So, what if you can get a guy that way, maybe the trades I think they make are for guys who can help them now if they make trades. Defensive tackle and cornerback. That's where I think you're going to see them make trades if they're going to make trades. I don't think it'll be for a backup quarterback. Only way they get a different backup quarterback, I believe, is if one is on the waiver wire and they end up picking him up off of waivers or signing him after he becomes a free agent. I think that's the only way they upgrade that position. I think they're going in with Dak's got to stay healthy. If he doesn't stay healthy, we're not going to win anyway, so what difference does it make?
Yeah, I kind of see that too. But I've got to ask you, Charean, because when we went out to training camp and I first saw Joe Milton, you thought he's a big dude. I mean, the guy is huge, and he's got a cannon for an arm. But then you watch him, and his accuracy is off. But I never thought that he would be as bad as he has been in these first two preseason games.
I agree with you. And, you see all the highlight videos, and people go crazy. Oh, he's better than Dak Prescott, and then you watch him the games. And, he made that throw downfield to Mingo that was beautiful. But then you look, and he had 14 yards in the first half. So he reminds me a lot of Anthony Richardson. Just the completion percentage and panicking at times. He took the safety, panicked on that, took the safety, threw the interception. It was a horrendous first half the other night, and he's played 2 really bad football games. and I don't care what kind of athlete you are. Anthony Richardson's an athlete, and he lost his starting job today. You have to have a better completion percentage. You have to be more consistent as a quarterback than what he's shown, and I don't think you can trust him to be your backup quarterback, but I think that's what they're going into the season with. I think he will be the backup quarterback for the Cowboys, and Will Grier will probably be on the practice squad because somebody's picking him up. They'll keep him on the practice squad and have the 3 quarterbacks dressed, and if something happens to Dak, they're in trouble.
Well, I see the logic there, and that makes a lot of sense. But with the emergency quarterback, does Milton have to fake an injury for Will Grier, the practice squad guy that's emergency? Do they have to go in order, or whoever's dressed can grab the helmet?
Yeah, no, they'd have to go in order there. He couldn't. He'd have to really be hurt for that to happen. So, yeah, they're in a tough spot in that backup quarterback, and I think they're thinking, hey, he missed a lot of time last year. This is his year to be healthy. But again, 26 missed game in 5 years would have me a little bit scared if I'm in the front office of the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Charean Williams, ProFootballTalk.com. Read her there. Follow her on Twitter at NFL Charean. Charean, always enjoy it. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. The great Charean Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Not only are we getting rain, but I'm seeing on Twitter, hail.
Hail?
Hail.
Hail no.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That's not good. All of our cars are exposed.
Yeah.
Out there.
I don't know if we're getting it here at the radio station. I saw some dude off his balcony post, and one of the news stations said hail in the medical center area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my wife texted me and said there was a hell of a storm went through.
Yeah.
There as well.
Hail or just?
She didn't say anything about hail. She just said a storm. So, and then Art Garcia says it's 70 degrees outside right now.
Wow.
Holy cow. What's happening? We'll discuss. Interesting stuff from Charean Williams, by the way. We will continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Synergenics and Low T Center have been changing the lives of men across the country for well over a decade. It's not just talk, it's true, it's fact. In fact, one of my buddies recently got started, feels the changes. That's what it does for a lot of guys. It completely can change every aspect of your life for the better. And it all starts with go getting the test. FixMyLowT.com is the website to book your initial appointment. If you've been thinking about testosterone, if you've noticed that you're more tired, not motivated, it's not just aging, it's a physical and mental change to your body, and testosterone can help. Synergenics and Low T Center, they have clinics conveniently located all over San Antonio, and you have the power to choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a quick test at the center, and you're going to get your results in about 20 minutes because they have an on-site lab, so getting those results quick and easy. And they have that great new mobile app that makes things a lot easier if you're choosing at home. What are you waiting for? Imagine how much better your life is going to be when you take back your health, restore your energy, and get on with the rest of your life. It starts with going to the website, FixMyLowT.com, to book that initial appointment. You'll be wishing you did it sooner. FixMyLowT.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is calling all golfers. The Fall Golf Classic is back. Mark your calendars for Monday, September 29th, and lock in your spot for one of the most fun golf events of the year at the Olympia Hills Golf Club. For just $120 per player, or $400 for a foursome, you'll get 18 holes of fun, friendly competition, and non-stop laps with your crew. But don't wait. Spots will sell out fast. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Charm Club, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hungry after the game? Hit up Tamalitos Restaurant, home of San Antonio's best weekly specials and legendary Taco Tuesdays. Fresh, loaded, and just $1. Tamalitos, local flavor, big taste. 2042 South Callahan Road, right across Mission Baseball Stadium.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back here on a Tuesday to wrap things up on the Blitz. San Antonio Sports Star 94.1. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. And, Charean seemed a little, if you missed it, you're just joining us. We had Charean Williams from ProFootballTalk.com and a big Cowboy fan. She seemed a little frustrated after 2 preseason games.
It's Cowboys. And look, it's been bad football. It's been tough to watch. But at the same time, we know what they're rolling out there isn't competitive. We know that the majority of the guys that are playing, especially the key positions, won't see the field in September.
True.
And so it's hard to judge, but you are frustrated because we gear up for football, and even if it's preseason, we know it doesn't matter. At least be competitive, right? I'm not going to make a judgment on, like, she was like, after what I've seen, I don't know if I can give him 7. I can't go there because I know what I'm seeing both offensively, especially offensively, but also defensively. That's not what we're going to see. You know, you look at Cincinnati, they start with their starters are out there, at least for the first quarter. That gives you some hope. Washington, starters, roll right down the field and score a touchdown. That gives you hope.
Yep.
You know, running backs we didn't know you had. No wonder they've got one on the shopping block, right? Because you at least are seeing enough that says, all right, this is something that I can get around 4 quarters. With the Cowboys, the only bright spot is their kicker because that's the only regular that's actually doing anything.
That's funny with Shoddy. That's the first guy he complimented.
Dude, all his kicks were marvelous.
Brandon Aubrey was fantastic. He
Yeah.
was great. Look, I expect Brian Schottenheimer to struggle early on with some things. And I think about all the comments that you've said. I mean, just being able to get on the same page with Dak Prescott in game 1 and maybe game 2, and it's going to take some time. But Charean's right. The best part of the Cowboys schedule is early. And they need to take advantage of that before they hit the gauntlet that's going to take place midseason.
You know, it's been a day. So I'm going to shift gears and go with something like, you've got to be kidding me, because I just saw this come across my Twitter, and I've gone complete squirrel on this. You've got to be kidding me.
Let's hear it.
The headline on Barstool, by next year, China will reportedly have robots with artificial wombs capable of carrying a human baby for an entire pregnancy.
Well, here's the question. How do they get that baby? Is it going to be like you're going to sleep with a robot? I mean, I'm wondering. Well, I don't think that's that's a legit question.
For those struggling to conceive, hiring a humanoid to carry their baby will cost about $100,000 or about $14,000 U.S. Price significantly less than a human surrogate, which can cost someone in the U.S. anywhere between $100,000 to $200,000.
It's one hell of a hooker.
The artificial womb technology is already in a mature stage, and now it needs to be implanted in the robot's abdomen so that a real person and the robot can interact to achieve pregnancy, allowing the fetus to grow inside.
See, you guys thought I was just out there. That's what you have to do. You're going to have to party with a robot.
Well, for some, I think there's already a market for that.
Oh, I'm sure there is, dude. There's a market for everything. But I'm just saying
there are questions that still need to be answered, including how the egg and sperm will be fertilized and inserted into the womb, and how the bot will actually give birth.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just saying.
What will they think of next?
I mean, like I said, I saw it and I started reading it and got to the part that I knew you'd be most interested in.
Yeah, well, I am.
It needs to be implanted.
Oh, it has to be implanted.
Well, I mean,
either by there's a couple ways to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
the real person will have to interact to achieve pregnancy with the robot.
All right.
Are you kidding? Hold on, Pledge. Oh, Pledge just put something up there. All right, our injury update. Powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Online at TSAOG.com. We might not talk injuries. We might talk about sex with robots, because Dr. Lane Nauer, who's joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line, has told producer James Pledger he has expertise in this area.
Let me just jump in immediately and say I have no expertise. I have no opinion on this. This sounds crazy. Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk about it, but I don't know how much help I can be in this area.
Wait. So Pledge told me you were an expert. He literally said on the screen you had expertise in this area, Doc.
This was sarcasm that doesn't of the highest order. I've forgotten everything medical unrelated to bones, joints, and ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty excited there, Doc. I thought this was going to be a great segment. I mean, robot sex all of a sudden.
Wow, what did you do? Where did you go to school, Doc?
Not that school. Sorry to disappoint all the listeners, but we've got nothing here.
Honestly, where'd you go?
I went to UT Houston, University of Texas at Houston.
Nice. Okay.
I mean,
no robot babies or robot wombs there.
Okay.
I mean, Ryan Eagle's just trying to figure out the obvious part. You know what I mean? And
it would have to be medically done.
No expertise here.
Okay, all right. And none here either.
Yeah.
So,
Jonathan Mingo, a PCL injury, according to the MRI, 4 to 6 weeks. A sprained PCL. We hear ACL a lot. PCL. In watching the play, what's going on with a PCL?
So it's in the same area of the knee and the internal part of the knee as the ACL. And yeah, just like you said, ACL is much more common. The PCL goes to the back of the knee and really provides stability if there's like a force that drives the shin bone back or backwards. Usually if somebody gets hit. But it's an injury that it's unusual for it to completely tear. And it sounds like, fortunately for Mingo, it's not a complete tear, but these can slow him down. And like I said, 4 to 6 weeks. So it's probably just like a grade 1 sprain, but that's still pretty significant. I mean, it really reminds of Zeke Elliott a few years ago, had this during the season and was able to return and play with a big brace, but really lacked a lot of explosiveness, if I remember it.
Boy, and that's not good if you're a wide receiver, I wouldn't think, and having to do the things that those wide receivers have to do. Doc, there's an injury that I'm concerned about because I'm a big fan of this guy, Joe Mixon, the running back with the Houston Texans. He's been dealing with an ankle or foot injury or maybe both, but it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. What in the world could that be, or what could be happening?
Yeah, so it sounds a little confusing, and this is somewhat speculative on my part. It sounds like he had an ankle injury towards the end of last year and was recovering well from that, but then during training had a separate foot injury. Now, some common things that happen, you can always have fractures, but this sounds like possibly maybe even something that can happen in the foot called a stress fracture or even a Jones fracture. There's certain bones in the foot that can be real sensitive to repetitive stress and workouts, and the bone on the outside of the foot can break, and there's different treatments. It's something that a lot of NBA guys and even Kevin Durant's had to deal with this in the past, but it can be something that's treated with just rest for 4 to 6 weeks. But unfortunately, some cases with that particular injury, even after rest, it doesn't heal, and then it turns into do we fix it and then sit the guy out for 3 to 6 months, which could, put the season in jeopardy. That's my suspicion. Obviously, nothing really official has been released about it, but if it is something like a stress fracture and it's not healing, that potentially could be a season-ending injury.
Wow.
Dr. Lane Nauer joining us here on the Blitz with our injury update. Matthew Stafford's back has been a topic all training camp. Had an epidural earlier in the summer. Still dealing with back issues. Did finally come back and practiced a little bit. Chronic back pain, is this going to get better, or do they just try to mask the pain and get him through February? I mean, this is a team with a healthy Matt Stafford has a chance at the Super Bowl. Otherwise, they're going with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, so, an epidural, that's the part that that is a little worrisome. That's an injection that's done around the space of the spinal canal where the nerve roots leave the back or the bony structures. And it's usually when a nerve is being pinched or a disc is herniated and pushing on one of those nerve roots. And that shot is aimed at reducing the inflammation. So to me, that's kind of worrisome that there's something structural. And, in medical practice, aside from athletes, those epidural shots are to calm that nerve down. And for some folks, it is the treatment. It gets it to go away. Now, for most people, they're not having to stare down a defensive end coming at them, possibly taking hits. But, the goal for them, it sounds like, is to reduce that inflammation, get him past possibly a flare from this nerve root inflammation and get him back on the field. So I think there's still a chance, but it is a little worrisome.
Dr. Lane Nauer, not a pregnancy robot expert, joining us here on the Blitz with our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine online at TSAOG.com. Doc, appreciate the knowledge and the insight and the expertise in areas you didn't know you had.
Yeah, thanks for talking with me. I think I have to put that on a business card, not the robot pregnancy expert. So
might be some big money in that, Doc. I mean, you never know.
I guess who knows moving forward.
Who knows, Doc? I always appreciate the time. Thanks for filling in on short notice, Dr. Nauer and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online, buyersbarricades.com.
I love those guys over there. You know, we've all had interaction with some of the docs over there at TSAOG, and they're all fantastic. All have a great sense of humor, and they're great folks.
They really are, and they know a little bit about everything. And that's why I was like, when Pledge put that up there, I wasn't thinking sarcasm, because there's so much involved in robotic surgeries. I thought maybe. I mean, maybe.
You see the doc in that operating room and that, hey, baby.
Well, that's the thing.
What
if
are you doing
if you go
tonight?
find the, now granted, I mean, it's Barstool, but the videos that they have and the still photos that they include, they made these robots kind of sexy.
Well,
As somebody I know would call them shiny robots.
That's probably applicable. Shiny robots. Who knows what they're coming up with, man. Pledge, you don't have a show because we have Rangers baseball. The Rangers taking on the Royals coming up here in just a little bit. The fellas in the morning huddle, AJ and Rob, they'll get you started tomorrow morning at 6. And, well, Jason and I will be back here on the Blitz at 2 o'clock. It's a getaway day for us. Have a great night, everybody.
I want a deal.
You're riding with a